You're now tuning into the sounds of the Potnas podcast.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you're at on the globe.
Tell your story, Queen.
Turn me up, turn me up right quick.
Turn up a little bit.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world's greatest podcast. Hi. It is the Halloween edition.
It is. It looks like the From the Home edition.
The Halloween edition of the Potnas podcast, where we're delivering our perspective on topics, news, and shit. And we are your hosts, the Potnas. We have a beautiful show for you all today. I hope you came ready to be enthused, entertained, and ready for the controversy and all the shit that we're going to get into.
Controversy. Whoa. I'm just vibes, everybody.
Oh, just vibes.
I'm just vibes.
All right.
We got the controversy.
Cool.
We're talking about the controversy.
Yeah. All right, let's get into some of these intros, shall we? All right. So first up, it is the partner with the world's greatest vocabulary. Give it up for Dino, a.k.a. the Dictionary. Way back. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Damn. I can imagine him shooting a gun like that.
Out the window. Pistol. I redid the board, so yeah.
Shot his ass.
We have a couple of new sounds. All right. And next to him is the coolest pod in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Coolin' and Poolin'.
That's me.
Riding in it.
Hey, what I did that?
Those last two buttons are
determined to figure this
from
out.
Ronald Isley, from the Isley brothers.
They know who Uncle Ron is.
Yeah, if you didn't listen to the last
That's
episode,
Grandpa at this point.
Yeah, I just like to call everybody Unc.
if you didn't listen to the last episode, go back and listen to the last episode. I know you're not working. Episode 39, way back, exactly. All right. And last but not least, before we get to our special guest for today's episode, I just want to introduce the navigator of this motherfucker. All right, I'm JT.
I don't know why I blow his head up.
But you motherfuckers might know me as Tizzle, the live thrizzle.
What the fuck? Hey, I got a little lit off that. Hold up, production. Okay. Sometimes you gotta give niggas their flowers, all right?
Exactly.
Why you
press them buttons, all right?
Yeah.
See?
All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah. Hey, it has been. Let's talk about that for a minute. Cause niggas love a drunk. Hey, bro. Yeah. We gonna link, bro.
Yeah.
We gonna link, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hit me up. Hit me up, big dog.
Big dog. Hey, next time.
I got you, bro. Hey, I'm gonna text you.
Yeah.
Hey, hold up now. That's giving the connotation that I was just out here.
Right.
Hey, let me be on the pod. Nah, I wasn't trying to be. Well, I was trying to be
You
on
want
the
me
pod.
to finish your intro?
Who
are you?
Yeah, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
Who are you?
Please.
All right.
Follow the cadence.
So this illustrious guy that we have attending today's show.
Illustrious.
Yeah.
right.
He's illustrious because he's an illustrator. He's an artist.
Oh, okay. That's a different word.
You
Way
see
to
the
use that
alliteration?
word.
Yeah.
Cap.
Illustrious illustrator. You are an artist. You are a painter.
Yes.
A little bit.
A little bit of a graphic designer too, right? Okay, never mind. All right.
I'm gonna put that on my resume though.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Steve, aka Conscious Clarke.
Hey y'all.
Yeah.
What's up, B-Rad?
What's going on, Steve?
Gang in this bitch.
You know what I mean?
And joining us in the studio is his lady, newly fiance.
Hey.
Give it up
Hey.
for Risha.
She here.
Oh yeah.
She
She in here. She's here in spirit.
She doesn't have a mic, but she's here.
Her heart rate is
Yeah.
probably at.
Yeah, y'all trying to mess my baby up.
Hey,
Hey,
but she's here. Just know it.
You know I
baby.
don't like being on the spot. Did you tell JT?
hey, baby, don't let them come at you. Okay.
She's chilling. Look at her. She's so chill.
Now that she's been,
IBGC, shout out to
now
her.
that she's been announced, it's as if the camera is literally in her face right now. She
Riding
is,
it. Riding in it.
We're gonna have some fun today.
Damn, I'm a harmonize with from day old.
All right, so first thing is first, right? Let's just get straight into today's fit check, which this edition of fit check will be called
man.
the costume
Halloween
check.
edition.
Hey, the Halloween edition.
Oh,
Vengeance.
Yeah.
all right. Okay. What Batman saying?
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am the night. I am Batman.
No, I'm Batman. All right. So Who wants to kick things off?
Hey, how about you, my brother? And
All
put
right.
the glove on.
Yeah.
You start.
The only reason why I took the glove off is because I can't operate the touchpad on.
That's
my
what
iPad,
he said.
but
Yeah.
Anyways, but today I am
You are.
a figure from the year 95.
Oh, is that what? Damn, it came out.
Hailing from
Old as hell.
We are.
the kingdom of Disney.
Kingdom?
Within the movie of a Goofy movie, starring Goofy and Maxwell Goofy.
That's it. Oh, wait, that's his name, Maxwell Goofy.
Yeah,
The Goofy's the last.
Maximilian.
No, but like
What?
Goofy's the
This
last.
is
name.
Whoa, hold up now. Now you're causing controversy, though.
All right. Well, anyways, I'm Powerline from a Goofy movie. All right. Let me see if I
Or
got the fucking
AKA Tevin Campbell for those who know.
Right.
Who
Yeah.
Where Tevin Campbell's animated hero.
Which is actually
superhero.
yeah. So
That's a costume right there, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah, exactly. I gotta play the fucking song.
Goddamn
Whatever.
gloves.
Goddamn the gloves.
Yeah, it's not going to be great. Don't worry about it.
It's backfire.
They know who. They know. Go look it up if you don't.
Hey.
If you don't know, you lost
shout out
one cool point.
You sound just like him,
the
JT.
only thing you see is gonna stand out. Yeah, stand out. Yeah. Stand out.
Shout out.
That was
Yeah, that was supposed to. That's what it was supposed to end.
That was kind of stupid a little bit.
All right. Anyways,
That-
but yeah,
shout
so
out
that's
to-
who I am.
Shout out to LGBT representation.
Yep.
Hey, for real though.
straight.
Shout out my people, man.
It's a little late, but
technically
yeah.
not my people, but
Oh yeah. See that shit old though.
I'm here for the community.
I'm just saying.
That's true. I see you, Tev.
We get our.
We see you, baby.
They was hating on Tevin, man.
They
Let
was.
that man
I feel
sing,
like Tevin didn't
okay?
get his flowers though.
I was about to say, gay people
So,
get their flowers.
can I
late.
say?
Wait, one at a time.
Oh, can I say if Tevin was out 2022, like
have-
just debuted,
He came out this year or last year?
would that be no?
Like
Tevin came
4
out-
years ago.
I'm saying like
Well,
if,
no, he got well.
He came out to his family a long time ago.
no. I'm saying though, if the
Did he?
controversy would have happened in 2022, does his career go the same way?
Oh, if he was famous in 2022,
Yeah,
same
I guess
way?
that's what I'm saying.
Well, Isaiah Rashad.
Wow. Yeah, he got caught with a dick in his mouth.
No, backwards. He got caught with his dick in the mouth.
And when that two
Wait,
with
what?
his dick in it-
Hold on.
Oh.
You talking about Isaiah?
Are you just signing up?
You talking about
Isaiah Rashad?
I feel like I heard a little something like it was some controversy on Twitter, but I don't be on Twitter like that. So,
So I want you to tell him about that.
well, I wasn't. No, I wasn't on Twitter at that time.
Oh,
I'm heavy on Twitter now.
All right,
Well, I was
podcast
literally last
etiquette.
year.
Remember, we are doing the custom check. All right, and we got a lot of topics that we got to get to,
Apologize.
but we'll come back to the
I just want
Isaiah
him to know what
Rashad.
happened.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, just real quick. Isaiah Rashad had two Mexican-looking men sucking him up with poppers in his hand and asking him to say hello, sunshine. Yeah. And then he also was sucking dick. Yeah, the
Yeah,
first
there was
video
another
he
video of
was.
him sucking.
It was
dick.
released.
Yeah,
It was leaked.
both.
It was leaked.
Yeah, Twitter's a
Okay,
crazy
release
place.
leak. Yeah.
But he handled it well. I mean, he did like a whole. Yeah, he just came
Hey,
out.
man, let that nigga get his shit off.
He made it
Man,
right,
y'all-
exactly.
I still love his tunes. I'm not gonna.
Hey,
front
let him
you.
ride, man. Do your
And that's
thing.
how you know the world is in the paradigm is like shifting, or not paradigm, but like
That's a good
just
word.
the-
It works.
Yeah,
Paradigm
yeah,
shift.
Yeah, yeah.
It
So,
is a paradigm
okay,
shift.
all right.
Hey, do your thing, Isaiah. Okay.
Yeah, he's
Nobody
in,
give
he's
a
in the
damn.
Plenty of Fish video with Ari Lennox, which is kind of ironic.
Interesting.
Right, 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 right.
Plenty of Fish.
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
It's the
He knows,
video
right,
side.
he knows.
Okay, who's next?
So, I'll go next
Yeah.
because I'm sitting perpendicular to my guy right here. And one dope thing is actually like all movies in this corner right here.
Yep.
For those who know, for I ain't got to say nothing except for the fact that I'd rather die with my ancestors than to be. I fucked the quote up.
Horrible take. Horrible take by Killmonger, by the way. I just want to
Which one
throw
was,
that out there.
Which one was the Killmonger?
Yeah,
that wasn't
Killmonger.
Michael B, right?
That was Michael
What?
B.
Yeah, that was Michael B. Jordan.
See, don't
I thought
doubt
he was
yourself.
Black Panther.
Well, he
no,
was.
that was Chadwick.
He,
Oh my gosh, Bradley.
He was Golden Jaguars, technically. But he did assume the throne at a point in time. He took control of the throne.
Okay. I went to go see that movie. I did. I just don't be remember.
I would imagine so. I couldn't be afraid of
I was just
Yeah.
excited. Niggas on TV.
I
Marvel.
saw Darren at the movie theater. We was
Not
at
even
Dashikis and
together. We were- him
shit.
too.
We
We
can
were-
die forever.
Hey, we
Okay.
should put them together. But yes,
We should, though.
I'm Eric Killmonger before he took over Wakanda.
when he was a mercenary.
When he
right?
was a mercenary.
Yep.
And he was taking back the shit that really belonged to us in any ways. You know, one of my favorite scenes in that movie is the museum scene with the white woman. is
Love it.
is golden.
The intense,
bro. It's so
the intensity of
good.
that
This
season.
doesn't belong to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that scene is that for me. That's like the
lot of symbolism.
epitome of the movie. The
Right.
movie is very much like us taking back our culture, our symbolism, our
Identity.
I mean, in many ways,
in
sure.
a sense, I
but
guess.
like that movie made so much money and it was super dope. It painted us in such a beautiful light. It was a place
did.
that was unapologetically ours, and it was still really cool.
And
But
look
anyway,
at what Wakanda is. Wakanda Forever, the second installment.
Oh, yeah,
of the
when is
movie.
that?
Oh my God, November 11th.
November
Yeah.
11th. Yeah.
I'm ready.
So
Yeah.
we
Right
all
now.
were
Y'all got your
we
tickets
all were
already?
together.
Yeah,
when we went to
I
go
just
see
remember that.
Black
Man.
Panther.
Oh yeah, you asked me
Apple?
last weekend if I'm coming. I'm gonna come.
Yeah,
Yes.
you got to come.
Yeah.
Right.
It's going to be a thing.
did y'all
It's
get
a
your
day.
tickets already?
No,
Haven't?
you don't need to get it this far.
Yeah, that's
you
like
don't have to,
it's
but,
2
I
weeks,
mean,
right?
shit.
Right. What's it?
Yeah,
Might as well get 'em now.
About 2 weeks. Yeah,
Yeah, get 'em
But
now.
what I was trying to add on to your point is that like it's really a spectacle at this point because so many people are like taking into account to go or making it a point to go and see this movie because as a memorial or remembrance and commemoration of Chadwick Boseman.
Facts.
So rest in peace to our brother for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, and then moving on to Bradley, Coolin' and Poolin'. Who are you, good sir?
Hey, it's me, Bradley. Actually, also known as Mike Epps. Because I am Day from next Friday.
No.
When the girl from all the black sitcoms was keying up his BMW with the 20s on it. Not,
I remember that.
okay, they 10s.
But
They clean though.
they clean though.
Yeah.
You didn't look at
Yeah.
that movie saying
Big deal.
quote, good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Anytime I can try because I hate a movie.
All right.
Oh, that's crazy. We should talk. We got to unpack.
Oh, you hate
We
movies?
definitely need to
Yeah.
unpack that.
Yeah,
He
there's a
hates
lot of things I
movies.
don't
He
like.
Well,
hates
no,
candy.
I, honestly,
He hates-
I'm gonna say I agree with Brad a little
That's
bit.
impossible.
So I
As
love
big as
movies,
a
but
Star
I
Wars
hate
fan.
movies, right? Because I have a specific genre or like two, maybe three genres
That's a
that
lot
I
of genres.
love.
Which you love
Actually, is it though?
Yeah, you love movies.
It's a
You
hell of
can't say,
genres.
I love 3 genres and I hate movies. That's
No,
crazy.
no. Okay, so
That's that don't go together.
do I love a well-produced movie that's not in the genre that I like? No.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I'm willing to say that. Like, so when I say I love genres, but I love production as well, I'm saying I love the cream of the crop of the
Of
3 genres.
Wow.
Like, if we're not, historically, like, we're not doing like a historical drama, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here for it. With some little bit of action.
Those are the worst.
Right? If we're not doing,
No, but it's worth noting. I'm
right?
sorry. Spoiler alert, because
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore takes
he wasn't
on-
properly introduced, so you don't even know like what he does or who he really is for real.
Yeah, I get
but
it.
Steve teaches history, my nigga. So the fact that he loves a historical drama is, I mean, that makes sense. You know
Nerd
what I'm
vibes.
saying? That makes a lot of sense. You write like documentaries too. Do you like docs?
oh,
Like a good doc?
what? Grew up on them.
The
Grew up on
worst.
them. Like,
Oh, shit.
Thank you, Risha.
The realest niggas that I ever.
It would be you.
If you're just listening and not watching, we just spill the drink.
gotta do sci-fi, right? Thank you. Like, we need to be in space. Earth has been colonized, by some aliens or something.
So you like the sci-fi?
Or we're trying to find like a new planet to
conquer?
colonize or
That's the 3 genres.
habitate in. So that's what we're doing.
Also-
What's up, JT? Go ahead.
So what's your costume?
I'm what they call
Oh.
a nigga.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm honoring my ancestors. Well, not I don't even know because I got a real.
What?
Nah, I'm just kidding. So the truth that you want the truth, or you want like some made up shit?
That's all we do. We want the
truth.
Okay,
Are you
okay, a little bit of both, right?
Blend of both.
Are you a stereotype?
You are a nigga.
of-
Yes, that's what I am. Right, I'm a Negro stereotype. So I came here knowing that we needed costumes, and I didn't bring a costume.
Hold on.
Wait, so is what you wore for real? Just like
Okay, so to be fair, to be fair, D texted me. It was a little later, and I was already home, so I had to get ready, take a shower, I had to work out and stuff. So
Back up for the
I didn't have the time to go find an outfit.
you
And
gotta
you want to know something crazy though, right? The other idea was I was gonna take a construction paper, right, and I was gonna cut out this Twitter emblem. And then I was going to wear
Black Twitter.
dashiki, and I was going to be Black Twitter. Or woke Twitter.
Okay, here's the
That was too much. I didn't have any construction paper.
So here's what's funny about this is that it might seem a little brash to say like, you know, I'm a nigga stereotype, and then you look at him what he got on, but this is all shit that he owned. So
No, I am a Negro.
So what they call them, colored.
And Darren actually mentioned a good point. He didn't get to say how he's connected to us. None of that, did he?
No, he didn't say
sorry.
much of anything about himself.
All right, so tell us a little bit about yourself. That was probably on me, so I apologize.
No, that's all good.
But yeah, where you from? How you connected to us? Occupation? I mean, Dino already shared it.
Spoiler alert.
All right,
History
so
teacher.
I'm a teacher. I don't think I can say where I teach.
Props
You don't have to say where.
I give
but-
too much. G.
but what part of
high
history?
school teacher. I teach U.S. history. I also teach AP U.S. history. I teach African American studies, and I also teach world history.
That's beautiful.
So
What's the main demographic of your students?
they're 10th grade and 11th grade, so sophomores and juniors.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're
Love them, though. Love them,
And
man.
Black and Hispanic, or like pretty diverse?
I teach at one of the oldest African American high schools in Houston, so it's
Primarily
probably
African-American.
98% black in that ward, if you know what I'm talking about.
already.
Say about fly, baby, y'all know what it is.
The temperature of your breath, 98 point. What is it?
Stop it. Stop it.
No.
That's a shot fired.
98%. Nah, but really love these guys, man. I met them through my significant other,
Yay.
my partner, Carisha Williams, which is
The greatest.
It's so beautiful. They black love, baby.
nah, but
Yeah, one of my favorite couples. They're beautiful. and stuff.
I met these guys through her and her friends, man. Really intelligent people. Love that. Love that I
thank
can
you,
have
brother.
genuine conversations with them.
No doubt.
Became best
Yeah,
friends
like family
with
now.
some of them, right? Like this is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
I already had my friends and people that I kept in my circle, but I love to be introduced to kindred spirits and people that I can truly vibe with and be positive with. So. Now I'm on a podcast. That's kind of wild, right? Look at me now.
You know what's dope? Just to add to that real quick, because y'all have become like your people. What's dope is like when
just forget
when your people become their people. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
your friends are his friends. You know what I'm saying? Some of his best friends. Your friends are now her friends. Your friends are now my friends.
right.
Your people come to my shit.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? My people go to. So it's like a beautiful mixing of friends
Of life.
extension of our circles. It's super
Man,
dope.
it's crazy. Like, actually, that reminded me of we had a friend that said, we was like, we're going to Darian's baby shower or whatever. It was like, hey, y'all got parents now? I'm like, I guess we be at every event.
Pretty much, you know what I'm saying?
I love my boy D man. Jay and D man, they're really good guys. So good times. Good
Since
times.
let's get back on track. So since today is Halloween, all right.
Yeah.
By the time this episode comes out, it is Halloween. So happy
is
Halloween,
Halloween.
everybody.
My Joker like.
We had asked a question. I had posed a question last episode. What do we think is the most anticipated worn costume this year? And so just to kind of throw
Well,
some.
now we can see.
Yeah,
People have been
So
wearing them.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, you've seen a lot of those?
You see, a
I
lot
haven't
of-
seen them, but
Oh, that
I
would
guess I'm
make
just
sense.
doing the internet thing.
That would make
like,
sense.
The internet makes 2 tweets into 1,000 tweets,
That's
so
fair. Yeah.
maybe
The loudest
it's not as
voices get
serious
heard the
as
most. Yeah.
I think it is.
I think.
All right, so
I
you
haven't
think
seen
that?
any of those.
Okay, so
Probably,
Steve
though.
says Dahmer. Who do you say, Dino? Bradley.
I mean, no, hold on. I want to
Okay.
answer, but my answer is a kind of a foray into another thing. But I would just say this because I've seen a lot of Beyonce's. Beyonce.
You've seen a lot.
Oh, you going to hell? Just
I'm just saying for real.
I've seen a lot of Beyonce's.
Only on my timeline, I've seen a lot of them. But they, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Beyond that, I've seen a lot of.
No.
Beyonce.
Wasn't Jabria?
I see what you did there.
Jabria was Beyonce 3 times. We'll get there. All in the span of an hour.
All in. Wait, what?
We'll get there. Go
Oh,
ahead.
so the 3 parts of
I'll
Renaissance.
do Debrief for the week. Just
Okay.
relax.
All right. Cool.
This is why this is kind of hard because it's like blending in parts of our segments and whatnot. But
Yeah.
That's okay.
the other thing I've seen a lot of, I feel some type of way about this. I won't say anything beyond this. I've seen a lot of Beyonce's and I've seen a lot of Black Panthers. Go ahead, Bradley. What's
I think that there's going to be a lot of ghosts and ghouls.
Ninjas.
Actually, you know what? This is based off of social media and not off of like just not social media, Instagram specifically.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of specifically women. It's a fairy year
Fairy?
Is it? Is it?
It's a fairy.
Really?
I've seen a lot of fairies.
I feel like, it's really polarizing now. Like, people want to connect to specific things or...
You can't do something. No, you can't do certain things.
There's a lot of things that
people
are like...
more conscious about what they feel.
Oh, I get what you... Well, I guess I was looking at it from the standpoint of
I think America is craving freedom right now, so
Yeah.
it's going to reflect that in a lot of ways.
All right,
so
let me rephrase
fairies are
this.
free.
Who do you think is going to, what is going to be the most costume worn by niggas?
No, these are nigga fairies. Nigga fairies, I promise you.
Shape, size, and color.
These are
baby.
Negro enhanced
fairies.
fairies.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's
I
pretty
anticipate
much
a lot of Marilyn Monroe's this year because that Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah, that blonde
Black people being
movie
her, though?
is coming, huh?
You talking about the lace front?
It's the chick.
The lace front vibe?
There's a movie of her coming out, like a biopic.
Yeah, exactly. The
The
biopic.
chick that looks a lot like her. I don't know the actress's name, but she.
Let me look it up.
You'd imagine that they would wait until the movie comes out and then try to be her next
But
year.
my question though, Tizzle, is
Yeah.
I do anticipate that being a popular costume, partially because it already is, just in the regular
To begin
society.
with,
Yeah, I see people just usually be her. With like half a team
Usually, every year I'm-
president. But like, here's the thing though.
Ana
You-
de Armas. That's
Yeah.
the name of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
She's fine too.
Yeah, she got and she does a good job. I mean, she looks like Marilyn with the way they got.
Oh, that's a nigga, Monroe?
No.
That's
a black woman.
Hold on.
huh?
Therein lies my question.
Oh.
You're anticipating black women wanting to be Marilyn Monroe? Because who? The black Marilyn Monroe?
That's why I was going to go with
Yes.
it. That's why I was going to
Yes.
go with
Pretty
it.
much
So
like Rihanna,
can I ask,
Right.
why do you,
Beyonce.
or what led you to think that?
Because a lot of to black women, it's a sense of like feeling beautiful and feeling sexy and feeling
You think
confident,
Marilyn Monroe is
and that's
gonna be-
what Marilyn Monroe represented for a lot of people.
Beyonce, 'cause I think
Yeah.
Beyonce is the
Actually,
black.
Yes, absolutely too. But
Black Marilyn Monroe, but
yeah, go ahead, B.
So I often hear the conversation happening about how Marilyn Monroe's body was like a black woman's body.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Very voluptuous.
I can see the crossover there.
JFK knew it
Anybody conscious enough probably wouldn't be.
Yeah,
But-
okay.
But I mean, sure.
Very clever.
The run of the mill woman would like to be Marilyn Monroe. I wouldn't even put a color
I'm not
on that.
against it.
Yeah.
I guess I actually agree with Bradley. Like, yes, the body type is, popular now. The more
yeah.
thicker and more
Yeah.
natural.
And not as much back then,
yeah,
probably.
but
She had them titties.
oh,
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She had them things fucking flying.
The booby basket.
Yeah,
whoa!
yeah, she got that ass.
Everybody good? Everybody good? Y'all good?
Me and Bradley.
Y'all alive?
These are the pictures.
Oh, no, keep going. I'm sorry.
All right.
Riding in it. All right. Let's get into debrief. Are we done with Halloween costumes?
We're good.
All right,
Well,
cool.
thank
So,
God.
Okay.
all right.
Go
So
ahead.
Beyonce.
Don't get your
and you
shit off,
said-
King.
Yep.
No, I wanted you to, actually.
So you said Beyonce,
Regarding
fairies,
costumes,
and then you said who did you say
Oh,
again?
actually, no. I got a question
You said
about
yours
the
back?
costumes thing.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No way.
No, definitely.
No.
Oh my god.
No way.
Nah, seriously. So,
Way.
thinking about it, maybe you mentioned it earlier, right? What is the thought process when picking a costume, right? Like,
In regard.
does your physical is it contextual? Is it contextual, or is it
Well, that's a
I'm
good
just
question,
going
'cause
with
I'm
what I
asking
like,
Black women want
right?
to be Marilyn. Do you have?
Right.
I mean, that's a.
Yeah, are you white?
Do you have to be,
Are you a white woman?
white woman?
So like, okay, so but a really shapely black woman could probably pull it off with a blonde wig, you'd be dark hair, whatever, right? But like, if you was, never mind, I'm not gonna do that. But
Your example there, the lines are blurred because on top of the fact, so I told you a second ago that a lot of people compare Marilyn Monroe's body to a black woman's body, so they have that conversation all the time, and then they compare it to Kim Kardashian, who does an excellent job at blackface because she doesn't,
appropriating like a
what?
mother.
She black wig?
She does a really modern version, like a really like modern take on
So-
it. And I think that maybe that's what Marilyn was doing back then too. It was like, oh my god, it's like I can lust after someone, impersonating black people, but it's not apparent black.
So we call that white jazz. Guilty,
Like
like a guilty pleasure.
Black
almost.
beauty.
Yeah,
It's
I
white
think that's
jazz.
how Marilyn Monroe, in my mind,
Doesn't culture
Emulated,
do that, though?
though.
Great,
yeah,
no?
we're
Culture?
talking like Louisiana Creoles and
That's the way I
whites
feel like
taking
men look
over
at her.
black music that we're talking about the same perpetual thing that
like the
happens
Elvis
over time. Exactly, right?
Yeah. Okay,
So we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah, they do the whitest,
thing.
whitest
Haven't seen
version
it
of
either.
the best version of the impersonation.
I mean, but
To try to
appropriation
play
of our
like it
culture
don't.
has that is the
That is
definition of
America.
American culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is America.
All right, let me
Every
steer us
genre.
back because we went from
I
like,
wanna
Hey, I
answer
was
that
gonna get in my
question.
bag.
I want to answer that
Yeah,
question
yeah.
real quick, and it's a perfect pivot into
Okay.
this week's debrief. To answer your question, my brother, King, about what how I feel about does what you look like, what I mean, your gender, your age, whatever, play into who you're dressing up as for Halloween. I mean, one would want to say no. Right,
Right, that's the right answer.
That's the right answer.
To me, that's the right answer, right? Like, everybody should be positive about. Like, everybody should be confident enough to project whatever reality they want to on the public, right?
And everyone in this
I
room
feel that.
knows. And if y'all don't know, now you know.
And
I'm
that's
a
what we
Halloween
encourage
freak.
children to do too. Like if your child
should.
doesn't look like T'Challa, then
Yeah.
but if he really wants to be T'Challa,
Which
Can he
just-
be?
Well, but he just
Yes,
stepped
he
right on
can,
my big
but-
toe, my nigga. Because my debrief for the week, I mentioned it last time. We went to a trunk or treat last week. Supposed to go to one today. We didn't. I saw a lot of white Black
kids,
Panthers.
black me and black.
A lot of
Look,
Black
He came in.
Panthers.
Wakanda forever.
No, he did, and I was like,
Oh shit.
and I almost felt like I was betraying my people to go back to him.
God.
To Wakanda salute back to him because he's not a Wakandan.
But it was
He's
cool.
not a Wakandan.
but he
He's
believes.
not.
Probably got like a little passport.
We flew, they took us through Wakanda. And we're
But
gonna
he
get it
believes in the
again.
cause, probably.
But he's not Wakandan.
I was in Party City yesterday.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I believe in the cause. but
Is
I'm
he
not
allowed to
even
be
Dominican.
Wakandan?
So Party City.
check
is
this out.
probably
Yeah.
very interesting.
He's got proper citizenship, but I don't think they let
So
you in.
peep. I was in Party City yesterday getting like the makeup for my nose. And then, yeah, no.
That's a wild
Come on, man.
That's a wild city.
It is a wild thing to say out loud.
I was at the love shop getting some lube for my
After I picked up the
This is
Cheetos from
30,
my shirt
okay?
and temple,
And as I was looking, as I was looking for the makeup, there was these white teenagers, and he was on the phone with one of his friends, and he was like, "Dude, you gotta be this character so that I can be Miles, but I can't be Miles." He's like, "Why can't you be Miles, dude?" And he was like, "Because I'm," and he looked up at me. He's like, "Because I'm white."
Oh no! But
that's
that's
good. At least he gets it.
well, because
Yeah.
there's already a white Spider-Man. That's why Miles exists, my nigga. Because
Yeah.
he's give us one. You know what I'm saying? You already got
his
one.
whole
You got
point,
my
he
child.
wanted-
Why do you want to be Miles?
You got Ben. You got
Just be Peter. You know, like,
Exactly.
or Spider-Man, you still swing.
Or Ben Riley.
Scarlet.
So, Uncle Ben. I'm here all week, folks. I'm here all week, folks.
He's ours too, though. He's ours too, my nigga. Uncle Ben's ours too.
To connect y'all's
Uncle
points,
Ben's
Uncle Ben was black.
Uncle Ben's ours.
Hold on.
I want to connect y'all's points then. So in that case, to that young 16-year-old, he felt like his favorite Spider-Man,
Was
right?
Miles.
He couldn't even be his favorite person because his
Yeah.
body didn't match that person. So what do we say to the poor white youth?
Can I say this on camera?
Yeah. Yes.
Actually, I can't because I'm educated. All youth are powerful in their own light.
They gonna watch this. I mean, I guess,
but
yeah, they gonna find you, bro.
What do I say
They're
to
gonna
the
find you
white
regardless.
the
They're
white
gonna be
kid
like,
that
"That's
wants to
Mr.
be
Clarke."
Miles Morales?
Miles Morales, yeah.
I would
That's a
say
good
that
Good
Peter
question.
Parker exists.
Yeah.
But if you really believe you're Miles Morales, do your thing, right?
Okay.
Just be
Authentically.
respectful.
Be respectful. And
So
that's
you know
I
what
was
you
gonna
can
say.
do?
That's
Don't
what
do
I was
blackface, right? Just wear a Miles Morales costume and
Okay.
be white.
You.
And then if somebody asks you what you are, I'm Miles Morales.
Yeah.
You are Miles Morales.
I
man.
agree.
Well put,
if they don't
Mr.
know.
Clarke. Well put.
Tell your story,
For sure.
kid.
Yeah.
I don't even have to make that point because I share the same sentiment. As long as you kind of like just put respect to the character. Because every time that I get into Halloween is one of my favorite holidays, right?
Facts.
Not for the traditional reasons, but for the reason that you get to be somebody that you've always wanted
Whoever
to
you want to
emulate.
be. That's
Right.
why I agree. Like,
Exactly.
be free, baby. Be free.
Yeah. And
Let's
so
do it,
every
baby. Do whatever.
character,
That's my day.
one day I'm gonna move the camera and
For real,
point
though.
to like the curio cabinet off all the action
Facts.
figures to the to
Yeah.
our right. But yeah, it's all about portraying like a character that you really believe in or resonates you and that you've always wanted to like emulate. And so every year is important for me because every character that I am, like I feel like that.
No, that's true. You choose characters that resonate with you.
Yeah,
I don't always
exactly.
do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I choose characters that look really cool.
Yeah.
That's it.
No.
You've
done some.
He resonates with me.
You've done Beast. You've done Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
And they all resonate with me to a certain degree.
Because
I also was a zombie doctor.
But I understood why you.
So maybe that's
I ain't dead, nigga. I don't
But that's the creative side because like you put a lot of
He looked
intricacy
amazing.
into it. He had a beating heart.
Yeah, I say
that was
that one
pumping
year with the
blood
wolf
and
face. I was like, this nigga's got to be hot. Like we smoking hookah. Okay, I'm blowing hookah. That was that local. Remember what that local? That one.
That was the one.
So to our listeners, who do you plan to be Halloween 2022? All right.
Who are you going to be today?
Who are you last weekend? Because
who are you going to be today?
Yeah.
You're a real person.
So go ahead and deeper than that.
Yeah, this is a lot deeper. Watch this.
Look in the mirror. In a world.
And stand out.
In a world. You can be who you want
above the crowd.
Off the rails.
Even if you got to shout out loud.
But that being said, I'm gonna just put a bow on it with this right here.
Get your shit off.
If you are a 9-year-old Timothy and you go to elementary in the suburb,
do not paint your face.
Stay away from my daughter.
No. She can date who she want to,
or else. All right. Debrief for the week. Let's make this real fast. All right, for time wise. All right, be right, please.
Oh, debrief for the. Okay. So as y'all heard last week, one of my best friends in the town, Jabria, we went to a Halloween. Excuse me, I guess it wasn't Halloween because it was themed after. Okay, we wore costumes. Yes, it was a costume, but it was a birthday party.
And who were you?
And can I finish?
Okay.
So our initial plan was to be Greg and Nene Leaks.
Yeah.
And she left me hanging. So
that probably would have been really insensitive.
It's crazy. She had already planned to tell me no again because I had reconvinced her of her own idea. This was her this whole time. Nene Leaks and Greg.
Yeah.
But so she went as Beyonce 3 times and I went as 3 times. I went as James Harden because I had a beard. So and people say it to me every fucking living day. And as you can see, it's gone. Yeah. That was my last hurrah. So I just want to say a few things. The party was great, and there's a recap of it on the internet on the neighborhood talk. Yeah. And we saw Darian saw a lot of Beyonce's this week.
Why wasn't Beyonce the most popular costume? It should have been.
Okay. Oh, actually, that's what I wanted to mention in my debrief for the week, real quick.
Okay, get your shit off.
Is that I have the answer to that question because I got to see it live.
Yeah.
So at the party, it was a celebrity themed costume party. So of course it wasn't everything, but out of the celebrities. So if you want to see a celebrity this year, everybody's gonna be Toni Braxton, Selena, Beyonce.
Facts.
Beyonce, Jay-Z,
Facts.
LeBron James for some reason.
Carters.
Is
that a separate thing?
Who wants to look like LeBron James? I just want his bank account.
He's easy.
And then also, I just want to give James Harden a notable mention, even though I wasn't the standout star from the video that went viral, that Abbott Elementary.
She did.
James Harden too. Yeah. So just want to put that out. And then the rest of the week was pretty cool. I went to motherfucking my manager came to visit me for the first time in almost 2 years of being with the company.
Wow.
He's never come to me. I went to Dallas a few times, but like he came to
your
Houston.
boss, your immediate boss.
Yeah. People were like,
"Wait, this nigga don't check on you?"
No, I
need a corporate man.
I've never seen him in the city.
Holla at me, okay?
And we went to something that you'd be interested in, possibly you, the Carbach, St. Arnold's Brewery.
Oh man, I love St. Arnold's.
The pizza was great, and the kids was running around and shit. But the beer was amazing. They have a slow pour of a beer that typically you wouldn't slow pour. It's really good if y'all like beer on a regular basis.
I F with St. Arnold. I know somebody used to work there. So
the girl was. They hire nothing but like Apple employees, like where they're like really into the brand. Like
you should be.
She was doing too much.
Steve has to go do a party break.
So real quick, I want to loop back around actually because you reminded me in all of your festivities and celebration. I forgot to mention the biggest part of my recap.
Oh my god!
Go ahead.
My birthday party.
Oh, yeah. That's a part of my recap too. Actually.
Hey. Okay. So I had a blast. And let me be honest with y'all too, because we talked about this before. That's what's so dope about this, because y'all, you can go back and hear my thoughts literally right before.
Right.
Yeah.
And this wasn't a milestone birthday, so I literally said I'm a big believer that you celebrate life. Like every breath is a gift, I believe. Like I know people who ain't here today that should be. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe you should celebrate life, but birthdays aren't like it's not like a big thing for me, but I fully acknowledge that it is for some. Like I think for you it is. My nigga has milestone birthdays every year. He's gonna go somewhere, he's gonna do something, and I love that.
Jump out of the plane.
But like every year is big because birthdays mean a lot. I have friends who don't even do shit, and if I didn't hit them up, they probably wouldn't do anything more than sit at home and watch. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's okay. Yeah. Yes.
What you gonna do for your birthday? Be my meat.
Actually, that's a good birthday present. I mean, not present. I mean, day.
Make some pancakes.
The whole day. Wow. But
I might do that.
Think about it. That may be what they want to do, and I guess that gets back to my point. And what your birthday is what your birthday should be what you want it to be.
Yeah.
So mine this year it's not a milestone year, yo. For those who care to know, I turned 34. Next year is Up. It's a movie. There'll be a whole doc I'm gonna put out the following year about my birthday next year. Yeah. But this year, it was just like, okay, I'm gonna do something, but I don't know what. I also should mention, because mental health is so important, right? That planning birthdays induces anxiety in me big time. I don't like planning shit, period, but like especially birthdays. I don't know why, but I love celebrating them. That's why they'll tell you usually it's like a dope kickback or a themed party because it's easy to do and I know how to make them happen. But it's the people with whom I celebrate is what makes it so special, which is why this weekend was so fucking dope. This was just another weekend, but we turned up, nigga.
I got to camp.
That boy D was lit.
I've never seen you this drunk before.
Yeah, bro.
So it's damn. I was that
think I have.
Yeah.
No. In a great way.
No, this nigga look like Birdie from the 90s movie. With the
Nah,
beach
he was
hat
cool
and
though.
stuff.
No, but you saw me like after.
I've seen you drunk
left
before,
camp.
but
This
So
nigga,
I'm gonna say
This
I
nigga
was
was
already
like that,
I was as drunk as you, so we probably was in the same.
The problem is, and this is what I'm gonna end on. I'm 34, my nigga, and I can't do what I could used to do. So I was, I won't get too much in detail because, like, you know what I'm saying, I was thoroughly inebriated.
Would you shat yourself? Because he hit the front button.
No.
Man, him and
You been crossfaded before?
Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
so it's a little bit of that.
I shat myself on a CrossFit.
and me and his significant other was over there just making out and shit. I'm like, everybody good? Everybody good?
I
would say that was the most
having sex.
That was
like,
the most
pretty
beautiful
much.
part. That was the most beautiful part because I think I've seen y'all. Y'all typically are exorbitantly drunk separately. Like one is gonna make sure that the other one is
taken care of.
yeah.
Facts.
And,
The fact that
and this
both of
is
y'all
the
was
first time I
drunk.
both seen.
I love that.
Even though Jen she played the role of like, oh yeah, Terrence's fine.
First of all,
But it was like, y'all was both fucked up. I love that. That was fun.
But you know why?
Yeah.
And I gotta
Because
give a shout out to my people. It's because my sister-in-law and her fella.
Yeah.
Yo, they
Fella.
they took care of me. This is the first time, and that's also like again.
And you didn't have to worry about shit.
I didn't have to worry about shit. And the instant that I knew I was good,
He turned up so
once them two bottles came out, I was like, God damn.
I think it was
listeners,
before.
he turned up so hard.
Or three? I don't know.
He had a whole part 2 to his birthday that like
He didn't show up to.
almost 30
we were
people.
there. Darren invited us to a skate park.
So-
and we went.
Wait, hold on. Y'all went to the skate park?
You were at the skate park.
Oh, you talking about Lozy?
You just said the name.
Oh, whoop.
Shout them out. I love them. But like,
I know, I do love
What are y'all
them.
talking
What's going
about?
on?
Skate park. Where people skate
They
outside?
renovated again.
Oh, yeah, they did.
It looked like
Yeah.
a skate park.
They just changed it.
Oh shit.
That was like first time I saw it.
Okay.
Oh, they
Damn,
changed it.
I missed it.
But
They maximizing the
me and
space.
Karishi and I was there first with J-Ro. You know, we had our bottles and hookah. We was like, hey, where's D at?
Yeah.
J-Ro was there?
I felt so bad.
Where the hell is
So was
this?
Gabby. I mean, listen, it was
Yeah.
a list of people. I felt so bad.
It was like pretty much everybody.
But I ain't gonna lie. This is it was. It was a party without me.
Yeah. We was celebrating you in spirit, though. Don't worry about
That's what's
it.
so dope. Like, 'cause here's the thing, I got so many texts like, it's all good,
Celebration of
big
life.
dog, don't worry about it.
We had some praise dances. It was great.
I knew.
Okay. Hinges.
IBGC was singing back up.
IBGC was the gospel group. No, the audience, our listeners need context.
It was a gospel choir. We were going to say where. Damn, we want to put them on.
Them fools had a gospel choir in college. They was showing up at the practice.
We were trying our hardest to be HBCU.
I'm going to get my shit off, okay?
I'm
tired of hearing about this.
All right. Bruh, please.
Sorry, y'all.
This is chaos.
They was drunk, okay?
Sorry, this is
Fellas.
chaos.
All right. Yeah, that's calm.
So I will end my debrief and hand off to one of my brothers here with that. It was a beautiful time. Thank all of y'all for coming out because everybody in this room was there. I apologize for getting so drunk, but I also don't.
Why you apologize?
Yeah, why do you apologize? It's your birthday, bro.
No.
Stop it.
I don't apologize for getting drunk. I apologize for not seeing it through because I'm a person who believes in finishing what he starts.
Nah, bro, you 34.
But I woke up.
Them niggas was gonna go out regardless.
I woke up to those texts like, "Oh man, we on the way." I was like, "Oh shit, I ain't see it." I woke up, I was like,
Oh yeah, they did text us the next day. So damn, I just seen this.
I just seen this. My bad.
It's 1 o'clock.
But when I saw it, you know how I felt?
Yeah,
I didn't. I didn't give a fuck.
exactly. That's
I
a
didn't feel
great.
bad.
That's
What the fuck? Nigga, you bro, because I knew y'all had time, and I knew I had
An amazing time.
That was great.
I was good without it. So I didn't care. But I felt bad for not being there, but I didn't feel bad for not being there.
I love when your body tells you that it's over, right?
That was also the best thing
Like,
of my life.
or your body and your responsibilities tell you it's over. I'm still trying to find that, right? Like,
A kid will do
you
it
go
to
out and have a great time because first of all, your lady's supposed to calm you down, right?
Nah.
Be your rock, okay, if you will, if you will,
Be your
Plenty of times.
yeah, we're definitely the same human beings, so
Yeah,
we'll
y'all
be
both
outside, right?
Yeah.
Steve, what do you have a debrief for the week? Did you do anything?
Exactly
Exciting.
what I'm talking about right now because that was a segue.
All right.
No, I'm kidding. No, actually, our debrief deals with D's party. Honestly, we participated in all the events. Local C was cool. Don't really remember the end of that, but
Yeah, I
great
should've brought
time.
my
Though.
skateboard.
Great time. And
Oh, so you still went out?
Oh yeah, of course, man.
Okay.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah, it was a great thing.
I'm
We
telling you,
gonna make
welcome to. Where you
We
at?
ready. It was like,
Are
man,
you-
we ain't gonna fall asleep for D. Like,
Do
man,
you consider yourself a night owl too? Like, are y'all both night owls?
I wouldn't say I'm a night owl. She's actually a night owl.
So you're a morning person?
No, I'll go to sleep. Like,
Why do
all
we
I
say-
need is a
Question: Why do we say night owls? Are they day owls too?
No.
So why do we
that's
say
their-
night
that's
owls?
their natural
what's a night owl, though?
circadian
So why
rhythm.
don't we just say owls then? Are you an owl?
Well, because the
Never
reason
thought of that.
it's really it's the emphasis of the fact that they are in fact nocturnal.
owls be
because
up in the daytime
there's day
sometimes.
birds and there's early birds. I'm sorry,
I hear them
early
in the
birds
at the
and
beginning
night
of
owls.
the morning.
they're not
Also,
day owls, like what you
sometimes.
said.
No.
Okay, so we're just
they're just-
we're
One at a
just
time. One at a
assuming-
time. What'd you say?
We're assuming that owls are always
Nocturnal?
sleep in the daytime. There are owls that be up in the daytime, and just like niggas who like to be night owls. We are annoyed in the daytime. Them owls be annoyed. If you see an owl in the daytime up,
Have you ever seen? Have any of y'all ever seen an owl in real life? Like out in the
Yes.
wild?
I've never have
They're
seen
over
that
here by
before.
us, fam.
And
There's
you've
one
seen
laying
it,
in my
and
backyard,
you
and
seen
his
one
head did a
looking.
360,
You
yes.
seen him looking at you.
They're about this
Isn't
big.
it the scariest fucking thing
They're
ever?
terrifying. Their eyes
I've
are
never
huge.
seen an owl in my life.
Their
You've
eyes
never
are
seen
really-
it?
I'll raise you.
It's one of the
They
scariest
are-
things
I'll
you've ever
give you
seen,
an
but it's
eye.
beautiful at the same
I'll
time.
raise you raccoon.
That's true.
Okay.
You what? You said what?
You've ever seen a raccoon?
Have I seen a raccoon? Yes,
Like, at
many
night?
times. Yes,
With the
Bro.
human hands?
yes,
Staring at you?
going
Jesus
through
Christ.
trash and shit or whatever.
Scariest shit. I love
Austin,
raccoons.
Texas, you see them all over the fucking
celebrities'
place.
houses,
But I'm not fucking with
at
them.
night. Y'all
Yeah.
know that
You said what?
Celebrities. What?
celebrities' houses at night.
I don't
Tell
get
me where that's from, since y'all movie buffs.
No, I can't tell you.
Celebrity
right now.
houses.
Celebrity houses.
That
at
sounds
night.
like
TV, that's a TV
Wait, the
thing.
way you said it was like
Celebrities' houses at night.
Is that
it's
Jamie
giving
Foxx?
you serve them the food for free and then you rent them spoons.
Random spoons.
That's
That's actually. Did y'all watch Fresh Prince?
Of course.
Do you
That's
remember
not a
the
movie, though.
Jay Leno episode?
Yeah, it wasn't a
fucked it
movie.
up.
So
I know,
you tried
I
it.
did say
He tried to correct
you
it.
tried
Too late.
just real quick, I did try to correct myself.
Too late.
Yeah.
When?
No, I did, and it's on film. So I just want y'all to know that.
stinks.
But wait, actually, you talking about that's a TV thing? Well, nigga, it's one of the biggest fucking movie stars. You should know everything about it. in life.
Not anymore.
Wait, I guarantee you in like
Way back. That's when he used to be a movie.
you know he
star.
got a movie out, right? Emancipation.
What's it on Netflix?
Oh my gosh! All right, we're not getting into that. All right,
we're not.
my recap. I was going to say
Let's hear
one
it.
thing. Black Adam. Finally saw it. And yeah,
You ever seen it?
it was a banger.
So,
I saw it yesterday.
I have this thing
you
with
saw
DC
it?
movies
Yeah. Cool.
where DC is not in my wheelhouse, right?
Okay.
It used to be when I was younger. I was a huge DC fan, way more than Marvel.
Makes sense.
But their animated stuff was really good.
It's fire.
But then once the live action stuff started coming out, I
not.
was like, man, I'm Marvel,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
Okay.
so
They're
with that-
rebranding the DC. They,
Yeah.
they've,
Yeah,
they
I
just
know they
named
hired-
James
yeah, I got
Cameron
you.
and
They're taking notes from
Yeah.
Marvel,
or James
obviously.
Gunn and a few other
and
people.
they like canceled a few projects too.
Facts.
But yeah,
And
the
the
point
former
is,
head, I should say, has also left. The Asian cat, I can't remember his name.
but yeah, to answer your question though,
Peace, man.
as far as Black Adam, I'm gonna go see it, but is
you're
it
not
a
in a rush.
priority?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. Okay,
So
I
now-
respect that.
So now that y'all have gotten to, who's Black Adam, huh?
Wow.
I'm not
Right.
into
So
Dwayne
Black
The
Adam
Rock.
is in the comics.
Give him a
He's
brief,
Shazam's
synopsis.
villain, and
Now who's Shazam?
No, I'm about to say that's not enough.
yeah,
He's an anti-hero, okay? He has a thirst for vengeance because his family got killed. He was
Batman.
a slave.
bingo.
oh no, yeah.
I got it.
Practically the same storyline.
Black Adam is like the ultimate anti-hero. Not the ultimate, but one of the
That's how the framing
great
is. Is he
black?
anti-heroes.
He's Dwayne Johnson.
According to
So,
Dwayne Johnson, he
he's
is.
brown. He's racially ambiguous, but no, actually, he's from Kuntak or Kuntak.
Somewhere in the Middle
Kuntas.
East, like,
Kuntessa.
Which is actually in the Middle East somewhere.
from
Not
Married to
Middle East.
Medicine.
It's Karnak.
not Middle East,
It's
but more so like
East Africa.
It's African, because they have
Yeah,
pyramids
it's like
and
East-
shit.
it's like
so
West, East Africa.
So
Yeah,
he's from
It's
East,
wherever the pyramids is.
So
It's
it's
from
East
over there.
African man that had his family killed.
No, he didn't have them killed.
No. I mean, he had
Because some
his
niggas
family.
had their family killed.
I mean, some.
Well,
Yeah.
His family was murdered in front of him or something.
family was
And
murdered.
now-
Damn, Dino.
But no one knew.
way to bring it down. Spooky season.
All right, so spoiler alert. That's the plot, that's his background or whatever. They're going to get to it like in the first like 20 minutes of the movie.
Yes, yeah. That
And
is a spoiler.
so for me, first part of the movie, like I'm gonna break it up in thirds, right? First third, or just didn't do it for me. Like the son and the mom as the main characters and protagonists, like they were so weak and flat to me.
Okay.
However, the relationship between
like the little boy?
Hawkman
You
and
like the
no,
little
I
boy?
hated him. I mean, first off, that wasn't even his fucking voice at all.
I don't
Throughout
remember the
the
voice.
whole
I just
entire.
remember.
Back in the day, like he literally talked like
obviously
that
not,
the
that
entire
was-
time.
Wait,
However,
you talking about him.
he was
I'm talking about the
yes.
bald-headed little boy who was
No,
Hey,
He
that's
was
what's
dope.
up.
no, huh?
He was dope to me.
I mean, yeah, he had like his
You
little
talking about
5
the main
minutes.
little boy.
I'm talking about the
Okay.
main boy. The main boy
I got
and
you.
his
The
mom
skateboard. I
were
got you.
horrible. They were the worst actor and actress ever. However, I know that they had some type of shout out to Dwayne Johnson for giving so many minorities like jobs for this film for sure
good. He
been hired
because they were
since
pulling
20
off like the henchman's mask and they were all niggas and they were like, why do so many black people
They were
like
in
as
Africa, by
criminals?
the way.
Because
All he did
Dwayne
was-
Johnson has his life. He owes his
Yeah,
life to them.
it'll make you conflicted because it's just like,
career.
why do we got to be the black
Dwayne
villains? And then
Johnson.
and then they just kept pulling the mask off, and it was black guy after black guy, and they were like, oh shit, okay,
Fun
he
fact.
employed them.
the guy who played his son in adult form, I'm not going to give any spoilers, was actually the same actor
From
who played
Young
him
Rock.
in his movie.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
in the
nice.
show, in the show, yeah.
Definitely a spoiler, D.
Anyway, yeah, that definitely was a spoiler.
I'll tell you what,
Come
though.
on, dog.
Well, I'm glad that somebody. Do you sort of like the
Spoiler
movie? You
alert.
said you liked it.
Yes, I enjoyed the last two thirds of the movie. Like the middle
I
on
agree
to
with
the
you,
end
actually.
was banging. It was fire. It was so like
Yeah.
just explosive. Like the relationship and the fight scenes between him and another particular character.
Fight scenes
Man,
were
they
fire.
were great. Yeah, but the first quarter of the movie or the first third of the movie, it just felt like it was 2013 all over again. Like it
Man.
felt like
I mean, I see that.
That's actually a really
You
great
know,
review.
it's so interesting
I
that
heard
your
the exact
review,
same thing.
your review kind of mirrors The Rock's Tequila. Like the beginning is like, it's tequila,
Carolina?
and then it's like, toward the middle to the end is like, oh my god, I love this tequila, and then you black out to where you don't remember it.
Well,
What's ironic?
I'm Carolina over Casamigos.
I just
any
saw
day.
I just saw the IGN review, and the guy said exactly what you said.
Really?
About how? Yes, I promise you. You can pull it up. when
That's
you want to.
insane.
And he said,
I should probably
it
make a
felt
whole
like,
other
he
podcast
Felt, he
for
said
that.
like it felt like a film that was made before the renaissance of
Yes.
superhero movies.
right.
It was really cliche, and
Yeah.
the characters and the
But-
storylines and the.
Have you seen it
the
yet? Yeah,
general
you've
plot.
seen it, right?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
But that's why I was like, oh wow, he's
Yeah.
actually saying the exact
All right,
same
well,
thing
I'm glad that I
for
didn't
most
spoil
of
it
the
too much for
reviews.
you. Yeah.
Right.
That's kind of the beauty of it for me, though. I went to that knowing it was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson who produced this bitch.
You like rock movies though? You're a rock
No,
fan?
but no,
like that?
What does his movies include?
Here's my point.
Fast and Furious 19.
Explosiveness.
Scorpion
Just
King.
explosions, fights,
Yeah.
and then like
It's like Michael
one-liners.
Bay, like
Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
I mean, ones that he's
Michael Bay.
produced, not the ones that he starred in. Ones that he's produced.
Both.
He produced Fast and Furious. All of them. It's the same thing.
He
yeah.
produced some of the Fast and Furious.
Walking Tall.
Him and Kevin.
What's the shit? Jumanji.
He did Jumanji?
Jumanji,
Him and
yeah.
Kevin Hart.
He
Yeah.
produced Jumanji?
yeah,
He has
Jumanji
some
was
super
pretty bad, though.
Yeah.
Here's my point. When you
Wow.
see a rock movie, they all threaded and
a rock
characterized by the
movie.
same thing, fam.
It's a rock
You're
movie.
not gonna get no major acting chops. You're gonna get this muscle bound man who's gonna give you some jokes, but you're gonna enjoy yourself.
It's
You're
thoroughly
never leave a
entertaining.
rock movie like
Absolutely.
That's how I feel about a Michael Bay film.
yeah, it's explosions,
Wow.
exciting.
It's the most Americana thing to ever.
The Rock
Bad
Bottom
Boys 1 and 2.
was pure
That's
entertainment.
Michael Bay.
Yeah.
That's
He wasn't
Michael
a
Bay.
compelling
I know Michael Bay.
Oh, okay. I was like, hey, that's Americana, right? That's hot dogs and
That's
pizza.
classic American.
All right. It's like bald eagle.
I wonder if The Rock smells like popcorn. Like I just feel like it smells like movie theater.
Well, just like money.
He works.
Popcorn.
He lives in the gym.
Because
Yeah.
popcorn costs a lot of money at the movie,
Steroids,
so
maybe?
it's still
I
the
don't buy
same
that shit.
concept.
All right, let's shift. I wanted to get to my new segment. Because I have a segment now.
Get your
It's
shit
called Question of the Day. And it's essentially like a Q&A,
What we got?
or not a Q&A, a QTNA.
that
Questions
shit?
that need answers, right?
Okay.
So my question of the day for the panel and for our listeners.
My anxiety's high.
If a friend is getting on your nerves,
Oh damn!
and if they ask you, are they getting on your nerves?
Oh, that's easy.
Do you tell them
Absolutely.
or do
Yeah.
you not?
You got to be honest with everybody.
How do you
in your
tell
life.
them?
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. You kind of get on my nerves right now, and I need a moment to kind of receive what you're doing. Okay. So I'm gonna step out this conversation right now because I feel myself getting upset. Now I want to get upset because you're my boy.
Well, what if
So
it's
I'm
somebody
out.
that you kind of like have just frequented with?
So I wouldn't
frequent
even. So
It's a free.
People are-
it's more like they're a more recent friend. Like
Oh, like a new friend.
yeah, like a newer friend.
Because that does take
so-
Because it
some
sounded like because your response sounded like you were
People are
talking to somebody that you've
Oh,
known
no.
for a long
okay,
time.
Okay, so I would say people are their actions, right? And you peep their actions. And once I peep your action over several occasions, I'm not really like you're going to see a different aspect of me. Like people think that you get this version of Steve to everybody. Like that's not the case. So.
So you're saying that you tell yourself depending on who?
Yeah, you
I
can
have
trust
a
everybody.
clarifying question. What do you mean by if they ask you, "Am I getting on your nerves?" What do they mean? What do
Yeah.
they mean? by
So,
getting
so,
on
so
your
let me
nerves?
give some context. All right. So, and she's gonna know exactly who I'm talking about.
Oh,
too.
no.
Oh, this is tragic.
But yeah, so
We don't know, though.
because she
We don't know
faithfully
who you
listens
are.
to the pod.
Fuck her.
But
No,
yeah, no. She was just kind of talking to me about like her day and everything that she had been going through with a recent family member. I mean, or with a family member recently, and she was just kind of like, and you know how like people, how your friends or your mom or your aunt kind of tell you things like for the third or fourth time, and you continue to act like that you've heard it for the first time.
I think that's my
So it was kind of like one of those
Especially
things.
Cheryl.
And so,
That's the norm with my mom.
and it's always like FaceTime too, right? So it's always like a FaceTime with her, and I FaceTime all my friends practically, essentially. Like
Including
even
me now.
yeah,
Yeah,
even
shit,
Dino,
that's
like
crazy.
even before he got his iPhone, I would
Right, iPhone,
FaceTime him on
I didn't even know
Instagram.
that, IG FaceTime.
Welcome,
till
brother.
he
Yeah.
hit me.
Unless I'm asking for,
you ain't know a lot of shit, man.
directions, it's a
outside.
FaceTime that you're
Yeah.
receiving from me. I'm never calling you for real. It's gonna be a FaceTime.
But sorry for the tangent. No, of course,
Go
tangent.
ahead,
But no, like, and so she was sharing her story, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. And remind y'all, like, I am into this point in my life where I'm trying to play the more observant role. Because otherwise, old JT would have just cut you off and be like, yeah, I know you already told me that. All right, yeah, I've heard you before. I heard you say it before.
You're
So, like,
one of those.
Oh yeah,
I used to be, but
Yeah,
now I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, I'm listening.
that's what you mean.
Oh, yeah, and then like I'll just keep playing that.
I got you.
Injecting a every now and then until they finish the story.
And then she asked,
I love that.
Yeah, and then she was like, "You don't seem intrigued or whatever." Am I getting on your nerves?
No. You said that. Then she asked, "Am I getting on your nerves?" If somebody's doing that, I'm not gonna say yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's so.
Because you obviously need to be heard. I'm not going to do
shouldn't
that.
add
Yeah, exactly. So that's where
Yeah.
Bradley,
Yeah.
you just Bradley,
You
so
trying to set us up, bitch?
1 second.
Now you look like an asshole.
That's why I had to clarify.
I wouldn't do that to you like that. That's so messed up.
Well, that was. I mean, like you don't have to
that's
use.
fucked up.
You don't have to use my example as law for this
that's where the
particular
question came
situation.
from. So, JT, I
It
get what you're
did,
saying.
but it
Disagree.
it triggered me to frame this question. I'm like,
Did
when
you
it
say
happens.
yes to
No,
this person?
I did not. I text her. I'm like, no, don't even worry about it. Like,
Okay.
I had a lot of stuff because it sounded like when I was saying the and stuff, it sounded like, and it looked like that I was into something
You
else.
were preoccupied.
Wait,
Yeah.
so
And as
do
good
you
of an
feel
actor as
guilty
you are,
about it, or-
she
I think so.
Wait. One at a time. You said what?
Do you feel guilty about it? That's why you're kind of bringing it up. Because
No,
that's what it sounds like. It's like, go ahead.
Perspective.
She wasn't getting on my nerves. I mean, like she had been repetitive about the situation.
Okay.
But
And she was kind of a little bit getting on my nerves a little bit.
for to her.
Now that she's watching,
Yeah, now to that right,
Bro,
exactly.
it's okay for people to
I
be nervous,
had a
though.
lot
Facts.
going on at the time, and I was just trying to multitask, which I'm.
JT, even if you didn't have shit going on,
so
bro,
JT,
Yeah, she was
you ain't
getting
trying to
on
hear
your
that
I
shit.
was still
You ain't trying to
listening.
hear that shit.
but wait.
Also, though, you should
Here's a
also
way.
be empathetic, though.
So
Like,
communication point, yes.
You should be
Communication.
empathetic. Even if you're not trying to, if you care about a person enough, like
Honesty is the best policy.
I care about
Facts.
what you're trying to say because I know it makes you feel better. I may not care about what you're talking about, but I want you to get it out, and I want to be a person that listens because I care about you, your
Right.
overall well-being.
All this
So I'm just
is
listening
this
every
is-
day.
and I want you to, because you were about to say something that's really good. I just want to interject and say that all of this shit is great. I commend you because this is all like high level emotional intelligence that I didn't have before I was the age 30 or some shit. So go ahead with it.
Oh yeah,
This is from birth. So I was just saying, like, you know, honesty is best policy. Like when you feel torn, like, yeah, bitch, you annoying me. You know, maybe
Don't
think
say
to
that,
yourself.
though. You gotta get me angry.
I said when you're thinking, yeah, bitch, you're annoying me.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
I'm about to challenge you though.
So
You're really
what
bad.
what you should
Okay.
have said that would make you feel a little less uneasy about the situation in retrospect would have been, or excuse me, what you should do in those moments is, why do I feel uncomfortable saying this?
Exactly.
And then typically it's the truth. so then you frame the truth in a way that does not offend the listener. So for example, like you said, you had a lot of shit going on, whether like literally like in the moment, like you were shuffling papers, or like you had a lot of shit mentally going on.
Mentally, probably.
Both.
Okay. So even if it's both, and she goes, am I annoyed, or am I getting on your nerves? Yeah, am I getting on your nerves right now? Like, you can sandwich it, which I think is one of the worst communication techniques. You can say, "I hear you." You know, like you can say something. You can say something positive as long as it's true. You can say, "I hear you," and I can see. You can acknowledge what they just told you to let them know that you were listening, despite the fact that they may have been getting on your fucking nerves.
Okay.
And then you say, "Currently, I'm not in a place to, to give you the support that you
what
need."
does that
That's a
sound
lot
like,
of
though?
jargon.
What does
That's
that
a
sound
lot.
like?
That you don't
give a
have the
fuck.
time and give a fuck about me.
It's different from saying, but it's different from
Now you're
saying like
joshing me.
yes, but with no context.
So let me tell you
It's
how
different
I
from saying
responded.
yes or no context.
Now you're
So
yanking
let me
the
tell
chain.
you how I responded. I told her, I was like, no, like it's not you. I just have a lot on my itinerary that I have to get done today, and so I apologize if it came off. If I came off not. If I came off annoyed and didn't have time for you, but yeah, when next time that we connect or whatever, I'll make sure that
She's never coming back to
giving
you.
you
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, you're not
she
wrong
will.
in
She would appreciate this.
Yeah, and you're not wrong
honesty,
about
bro. Like,
saying that. Yeah, honesty is
just be
always the best
honest,
policy.
bro. Like,
Yeah.
And can
people
I
don't know how to be
just say,
real about situations like that.
I really feel, bro. You said it already. I just want to echo it because I'm in this place, and I've mentioned it numerous times on this pod, more times than count. When I say IDGAF, I don't mean I don't give a fuck about you because I love you, but I don't give a fuck. Well, that's probably not the right way to say this. What I should
Yeah,
say,
it's a terrible.
I ain't
Fuck
gonna
is a
say
terrible
that
word.
How
It's
long
terrible.
does you get your shit off?
I should posit. This is actually shout out to my sister-in-law. I should rephrase this in a positive framing. She said it in some way that sounded better. Was I love me so much that I put me first now more than ever. So it's not that I don't give a fuck because I do. I'm a natural empath. Y'all know I give a fuck too much sometimes. Most times, it's just that I've learned to I'm gonna put me first. So I think if you get on my nerves, I may not tell you, or I ain't gonna lie. Nowadays, a lot of my people tell you, I will tell you. But the way I'm gonna tell you is what I've learned to do a lot better. Because I used to have a sharp tongue, G, and I now know how to say. And I'm not against what you said because I have to give a lot of feedback and like
vocab words
direction to creatives on like a daily basis, and creatives are sensitive about our shit. So you have to be able to tell them that what you did ain't at all what I'm looking for. This is some bullshit. This is some complete bullshit that you just handed in to me.
Like how I be telling you about the graphics that you be sending in for the
seen shit like that
podcast.
in my life. I ain't never heard no shit like that in my life.
Because what's again, what's making
wrap it up into the positive.
because you should just really focus on what's making you uneasy about delivering the news that you want to truly
acknowledging
deliver.
your own feelings
And
first.
then-
So
before you even
That's good.
critique
But
someone else.
But this is how I wanted to challenge Bradley, right? So he was saying, just kind of like be honest, but before you go about your delivery, ask yourself why do you feel the way that you feel, and then try to frame it in a respectable way.
If you want to be respectful after you answer the question, why do you feel how you feel? If you feel that
Yes.
way because you actually hate her ass, then be honest.
So but
damn.
what if she's in that? Okay, so I would challenge you by saying, what if he or she is in that position or in a season to where they can't take that honesty?
That don't got
and
nothing
That
to
ain't
do
got nothing to do
with
with you, my
It
guy.
don't got nothing to do with you. What you
but,
talking
but
about?
what if you're trying to be
Wait,
considerate?
y'all cut to the point too quickly on them. You just ask your question again.
30
This is how,
minutes.
so this I'll give you the same answer as them in a different phrase. Go ahead.
So she's been kind of like dealing with a particular situation, with two situations with family and with like her occupation, right? She's, kind of like trying to reach that revelation.
Present the question again. What if she's not ready?
What if she's not ready to receive the honesty or the feedback in the
Instead of me saying what
in
they
the
said, I hear
direct
you.
frame that you're trying to
I got
deliver?
the rest of your question already.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Instead of me saying like they said, that ain't got shit to do with you. Okay. You should instead ask yourself, does this shit have anything to do with me?
Damn.
I mean, that's what coming out of empathy kind of leads with anyway.
Bingo.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I
So
already answered that question.
No, because y'all made
By
the
even
decision.
choosing to listen to you.
No, you made the decision for him already. Clearly, if he had to bring up, because that ain't got shit to do with you. Maybe it does, because he wouldn't be asking any of these questions. But if it didn't have anything to do with him,
No, I wouldn't say
or
that. I wouldn't
anything
say
to
that.
do with your
I wouldn't-
emotions,
No,
anything to
there
do
are people. So Bradley,
anything
can I
to do
say,
with what you
Bradley,
thought would happen after you said what you said. If it didn't have anything to do with anything in
The
your life,
situation
then you would never have that question.
So-
You would never have to say
Hold
that.
on. So Bradley does have a point, even though he doesn't know about the situation. The situation didn't have anything to do with me.
Yeah.
However, I was chosen to be vented to, and so because of that, that's why I was like, you know what? She needs me
She
to
trusted
be
you enough to be-
exactly
Yeah,
to
so-
share this content
So
with me.
did
But that's
feel
off the bat,
burdensome
though.
though?
And so that's why I was being considerate. But at the same time, she didn't necessarily get on my nerves. She did. I'm not gonna lie.
A little bit,
However,
yeah.
just a
You
little
wouldn't
bit,
have
just a
asked the
little
And
bit.
that's
a little
okay
bit,
too,
yeah.
though.
But
Like, to say
yeah,
out loud
the
and feel.
situation just made me think about all the other times where people have gotten on my nerves.
I got
And
you.
you
And I'm
got
like,
shit to do.
yes,
Yeah.
Or
say-
I just don't want to hear the shit
Right now.
even if I don't got the shit to do.
Yeah, I feel
I just
that.
don't
I feel
wanna-
that too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna play a little bit devil's advocate like you asked me to
yes,
do earlier.
please, let's go.
Actually, no.
When Bradley get one in his system, it's on.
Let's entertain the it ain't got shit to do with me, because
Okay.
if you said
That's the
if you
name of
said-
this episode.
Oh, is it?
Fuck the highlight topic.
in a
He
relationship?
don't
Yeah,
ask
that's a
anyway.
good
It might be that.
one.
It ain't got shit to do with me.
Well,
We
we
got
say
a lot of time left.
we
We
say
can get
we
to
say
it.
fuck news day.
Yeah.
What about in a relationship?
What?
Is that the same
It
thing?
has everything.
Oh, okay. That's our whole segue.
that's a good
That's our whole
segue.
segue.
Okay,
But yeah,
okay.
no, keep
Well,
going.
now I forgot what the fuck I was going to say.
No. You gonna
get your
oh,
shit
I'm
off.
sorry.
I did.
We gotta do better with that, guys. I'm so sorry.
It's
Bradley.
okay.
Like
No, I'm
you
okay.
forgot
Let's
it?
transition.
We're
Yeah.
sorry to our
I
listeners.
forgot. I am. You
probably-
got to catch me while I'm hot.
Yeah,
You
damn
don't
it.
remember what you were saying?
At all.
You the idea guy.
Well, I was talking about empathy. We were talking about empathy
Yeah, that's
and
what
like
I'm saying.
being
You gotta
considerate.
do
I was going to say
Empathy,
if there's
That happens to me all the time.
Just
it has to do
empathizing.
with the opposite.
You were playing devil's advocate, remember?
I was.
All right, hold on.
I
Let me
don't
try to
remember- I don't
hold
remember
on.
the phrase
Let me
that-
try to bring us all back. All right. So it was a situation, whatever, where she was explaining like what was going on in her life, and I was doing things at the time while listening. A lot of stuff was
It don't got shit to do with you.
and it got
If
shit to do with me.
She can't handle
Right.
the fact
Okay,
that
cool. If she can't handle the fact. Oh, that's all I was going to say.
Bingo,
Was that-
we got him back.
Actually, I don't know if this is a devil's advocate though, but I will say that if she's not physically harming herself or anybody else, then absolutely fucking right. It ain't got shit to do with you.
So you agree with us? And I'll say
Can I end this? No, go ahead, D. Go ahead, D.
Oh no, please do, my brother.
Oh, no, I was just saying, like, I agree with, because it's all context and circumstance at the end of the day, right? But at the same time, it's like, you know, if I'm engaging in it, if somebody comes up to me, hey, I want to talk about something serious, blah, blah. Depending on who you are in my life,
say no.
I'm going to be like, I'll make up an excuse, something like that, because you're not important enough for me to even put the blinders on, and I'm just going to listen because I give a shit about you. Yeah. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a difference between...
Does this happen to y'all?
No, it does though, right?
Okay, actually,
I listen to... Are you one of those people? Because I'm one of those people that people ask all the time. I don't know what the fuck it is with me, bro. Like, motherfuckers be at work crying. I'm trying to make some copies and shit. I think it's because I just be smiling and laughing all the time, making jokes and shit.
I think that's why
I'm like, bro, stop crying to me, white lady. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. It happens not like that, but it has happened to me too.
I had a lady
quite in the same way.
Cried on the elevator. I'm trying to go to the first floor. I'm on the third floor. She comes on the third floor. She's crying. Like, I just don't know.
But okay,
and I'm like, bro, I don't know.
You don't say anything beyond this because we ain't got. I want to ID this woman.
I got you.
Is she an educator?
Yeah, she was.
She has every right to be crying.
Stressed out.
But also, like, I was gonna say that I think that I would like to speculate a little bit on why people do that to us. I think it's because we look like we've lived a lot of life, and I would hate to believe that.
Y'all are very polished. Y'all are very polished. So
no, I think it's just the overall pod, like
y'all are very interpersonal,
like the
very upbeat.
I got a lot of energy. Like I know I do.
So people that are sad are attracted to happy people, probably.
Yeah.
But don't they know that when they tell people their problems, that it could potentially bring people down?
No,
so like,
they don't give a fuck
because I don't operate like that.
I think about that in the moment.
Like it's okay. So I would circle back, right? I would say that a lot of people.
Let me ruin it.
A lot of people would. A lot of people share their shit with me. Right. I don't share all my shit with everybody.
Now,
right?
what about?
And I'm trying to figure out. Even I'm trying to figure out now. Like, what is the difference between? Am I not receptive?
What's the dynamic
what is that relationship? Like, why is that happening to me? But I do have a lot of people just. But also, I ask probing questions and like people I care about.
A lot of questions.
Yeah, people I care about. Like I'm just gonna just.
That's
if
good,
I haven't
though.
seen you in a while either. Like
life.
I want to sit down and have a conversation with you. Are you good? Because like I didn't grow up with a lot of like love, and I had my African ass family, but they cold as shit. So
if you ask all these stimulating questions, they probably view you as an intellectual
as that type of person. But the thing, we're talking about strangers. Well, sometimes strangers are like people that don't know you well, but then again, they probably observe me be an inquisitive person about other people's lives too. So I guess maybe that's why they think I'm ready to receive.
But I guess that's what
fucking everything.
And how do you dress at work? Do you dress differently from everybody else?
Hell no, I dress like a nigga at work.
Me too.
All right, I do.
So you dress differently from everybody. And are you like one of the very few black people in your?
No, I work with all black people.
Oh, okay,
but I work at
But you said the white women be coming up to you.
Jack Yates High School.
Yeah, that's blackity black.
Yeah, it's like the blackity black in the third ward Texas.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Pete Briggs is Eminem.
Nah, you good?
No. It's just the way that you framed it. I was thinking like a corporate office, but I forgot that I didn't make the connection that you were a history teacher and you work with other teachers.
I'll say this,
but I have worked in those environments. I would say that, and I would say I still operate in this.
Sam's a teacher.
Oh yeah. We talked about that.
Okay, cool.
Education definitely runs all through this mother.
Yeah. What you got?
A connection between the two, and I think it's probably the for me at least standing on the outside because it happens to me all the time too. But I'm a little different now than I used to be. One of the connectors that and this is how I know. This is how I know it is what it is.
Did you drink polluted water?
Because I've taken it away. A little bit. I pull back a little bit, and this shit don't happen like that.
I try to do it.
What you mean?
No, I like it. I can write the playbook on how to do it if you care to know for real.
Go ahead.
I've done it. And it stopped happening as much. The reason is not because of how you look necessarily. It's not necessarily because being upbeat and happy, at least being perceived to be so, does play a part. But it's because their perception, they perceive you to give a fuck. Like they think you care enough about not even just them, just about people,
society,
about
the world.
Well, I
they
will
think that you
say,
care.
I kinda
Actually,
do,
they think you
though.
care. I know, and it's because you do. Because I do too. I'm a
Yeah.
natural empath. They've observed me
Yeah.
care too much, and they're like, "Oh man,
Man,
I
he
can
cares about
confide in him.
something. He
Yeah.
might
I
care
think
about
that's
me.
what it is.
Yeah.
that's what it is."
But so I do want to clear that up. Is that I do care a lot about everything all the time.
Obviously, yes.
So
That's
I
why
don't
I know
mind.
that's
I don't
what it
mind
is.
people running to me crying. I'm like, girl, tell me.
No, you said what you said. What you said. You said what you said, Bradley.
No, I never said that. I was empathizing with the fact that sometimes if I'm not ready for somebody to come up to me, you know, like crying.
Fam, you
that's
ain't got to
fine.
clean it up. We know that, like for our listeners,
I'm not cleaning shit up. I really
Oh.
like people venting to me. It's
okay.
a common thing.
Yeah.
This is my part. It's a part
I
of my
don't like
life.
it at all, actually.
I
It just
enjoy
happens
that.
to me so much, though. But I like to like the feeling after, right? I like to see people like genuinely happy.
As do I.
So
Yeah.
if I can like
As
get
do
you
I.
to that point,
Yeah.
right, where like, oh yeah,
Well, that's
hey, you
good.
feel good now?
Yeah.
Hey, turn up, let's
That's
get it.
good.
You know what
I
I'm
don't.
saying? Like,
I
love
don't
that
be
to me.
having no
Like,
objective because they didn't. So and
I mean,
personally,
if
if
people
it's a
feel
stranger, I like hearing the mess.
Nah, I don't really
so
like. I'm not
I'm
really
okay
into
with
that.
that.
I do like a hot mess. I'm not gonna
A
lie.
little
hate
bit,
mess.
a little bit.
I
but
love
If I'm not involved, y'all watch fucking dramatizations. Y'all
is
love
y'all?
a movie.
I don't.
I
You
love
love a movie. You just
don't.
you just wouldn't watch some bullshit about
I don't
the
watch
fucking
the
rock.
drama
Y'all
shit.
like drama.
watch
What the
the
fuck are
drama.
you
Listen,
talking about?
listen,
I'm just
listen,
getting a
listen,
I like
different-
listen.
summer drama.
Here's why-
Some drama. Are you basketball wives?
Love it.
Exactly.
All right, we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there.
JT, go ahead.
But
Sorry,
listen,
sorry.
so here's why I love like a good hot mess in the workplace or like in a relationship, in a friendship.
Scat.
It's because it kind of just continues to add to, like, a lot of people confide in me, just like everybody here on the panel, right? For many different reasons. Because I'm approachable, because like I look and
appears
come
that you
off
give a
like
fuck.
that.
Yeah.
That I give
That
a
you
fuck,
care.
and
Yeah.
that I've been around enough, which I have,
To have a perspective.
to have perspective and insight
Yeah.
on situations and different dichotomies of these different
Dichotomies, huh?
Yeah. Anyways,
Dichotomies.
did I use that right? I don't know if I used that right.
Dichotomy. What you call it?
Dichotomy.
Dichotomy.
What was I trying to say?
Dichotomy.
Yeah. All right. Anyways,
Military too, I think
That was
play a
like
part,
dual
'cause
economies.
Yes.
that amps your like respect level with many Americans.
so I love a good mess because it helps give it. I look forward to it because it gives me insight on stuff that I may have not touched or experienced before.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why do you need that insight?
Why did you have to ask me if you can ask me a question?
No, I'm asking you.
Because it was actually proper
Sorry, that was just
communication
a-
style. Actually, he
All right,
asked
all right,
to
ask the
interject,
question.
and you said yes.
So why do you
yes.
feel like you need?
Oh, okay. I see why. Okay. You said why do you? What? Say it one more time. I'm sorry.
Damn, I didn't forget the question.
Why do you feel you need that?
Yeah, why do you feel you need that?
Way back.
So because to your point that you said earlier, like literally like 2 minutes ago, you like to see people happy, right? So I'll take people's situations that from one pool and then apply it to another in the future or in that current time, because I'm almost in a sense like a therapist in a venting mechanism for a lot of people. not necessarily like okay, no. Hold on. Not for our listeners, Risha is in the studio, and she's
Shout out Life Steps.
a certified therapist, and she just looked at me like, nigga.
she's riding in it.
She riding in it for sure. Well, I didn't mean it like that, so no disrespect, Risha. But what I'm saying is that like a lot of people, a colloquial
therapist,
right?
Fuck that. He identifies as a therapist.
Oh God,
That was poorly placed.
Oh,
Yes, it was so bad.
okay, because I saw somebody who identified as South Asian.
So let me try to segue into like what is the highlight topic for this episode,
Transracial
right?
thing. Just
Right.
kidding.
So in the
I don't
previous
condone this.
episode,
Yeah, me
we were talking about stay-at-home moms and whatnot, and then or stay-at-home parents
There
in
we
general,
go.
right?
God damn it. They
Sorry,
gotta be a
yeah.
mama. shit.
Yeah.
You
Wrong
stay at home
button.
dad.
Because
Anyways,
if you are a stay at home, you better be cooking and cleaning and washing fucking dishes. So we were mowing the lawn and
we were playing.
bagging according to JT.
We were engaging in
Wash my
very
drawers.
intriguing debate
Go listen to last
about
episode.
stay-at-home parents. I was on one side, and then Dino was on the other side, and then Bradley was kind of playing both
No,
sides.
I was totally against you.
You were totally against me.
I want
So
to
it
be
was
on
two- it record was
that I do
2-1.
not
Wait, so
agree
you
with
want
JT.
like a home? Like if your wife was at home the whole time?
Just because that'll resurrect the conversation, and I really
Please don't. We
We're
don't
not
want
gonna
to
resurrect
resurrect this at all.
However-
Please go back
Listen to
and
the last
listen.
episode.
But anyways, yeah, just go back and listen to it. But
then come back
from
to
that,
talk
we transitioned into just the dynamic of a relationship, and then we were talking about. I had brought into the point of some relationship advice that I received from a certified therapist as well about the importance of resetting.
I thought this was interesting when you said,
Conducting a reset for your relationship.
What does
and
that mean?
So here's, kind of like the summary, the cliff notes of what he said.
Okay.
It's every relationship needs a reset every 6 to 8 weeks, just like a computer reset. This
do
will
need to
clear
reset the
out
computer.
all built up filth and unnecessary data and baggage and keep the essentials. So during your reset period, drive separate cars, go on dates.
Okay, these are examples of how you can
meditate, talk about new personal and relationship goals and objectives, because these things change, right?
Facts.
And we're never the same people at like how we started the relationship.
6 to
We
8
always
weeks. 6 to 8
most
weeks.
of the
it's
for the most part
communication.
evolve.
Facts.
So my question to the panel, right, is do you what's your take on a relationship reset? Do you feel like that it's important to conduct a reset in y'all's own personal relationships?
Can I kick this one off?
Go ahead.
And yeah,
So
That's if you believe in resets first.
I was you already know you usually challenge this shit a little
Yeah,
bit,
about
just
that.
a little bit, because I actually find this really intriguing, and that's why I was trying to. Then I remembered the time frame is 6 to 8 weeks. I've never heard that concept
Yeah.
before.
Why
that's-
6 to 8 weeks in the
that's
first place?
I have so many
you
questions.
never heard
for
of the
this.
time frame or the concept?
Neither.
Oh,
But
okay.
I mean, if I've heard of
I've
the
heard
concept,
of the
honestly, I haven't-
concept
I
of
haven't heard
like
of-
kind of sitting down and
I haven't heard of a reset before, like reset
Yeah.
specifically. I haven't heard that before, and then if I haven't heard that, then obviously the time frame by which you probably need to conduct a reset, because he's right. You do need to shut your computer down every now and again.
Yeah.
No, for real.
Because that
You need to
motherfucker will slow down.
Restart your shit,
Yeah.
please. Everybody right now, go just reboot your shit right now.
Right. Sweep behind the couch while you at it.
Yeah, and wipe on top of your ceiling fans, people.
And the fridge.
I did that today.
Good job.
Yeah.
We've
We've been waking up real congested
some domestic
lately,
shit.
so I had to wipe them up.
So, I guess for me, I don't challenge the idea. In fact, I really like the idea of a reset. But when I read the reset, when I heard that whole, you gotta reset your shit every 6 to 8 weeks, for me, it just
Too structural.
That just kind of rang as like, okay, keep it fresh. I've been married for over 8 years. So
Yeah.
like, for me, that just, I kind of repackaged that as like, keep it fresh. And then I think about, well, then how do you do that? What you're describing is but one way among
Right.
million of ways to keep it fresh, if that's in fact what we're talking about, which I believe that's what that reset thing is. So for me,
Give some examples.
that reset, I don't know. Like every 6 to 8 weeks, I'm not like all that driving extra car shit. Like that wouldn't work for me because neither of us drive a whole lot. My wife's a stay at home mom right now, doing her shit, and I work from home full time. So like, why we already drive, we don't drive a lot, but when we do, we already drive in separate cars. So it's like, but I get the conceptually what they mean. So that wouldn't work for us, right?
Yeah.
But I dig it for you. So what I think will work for me is resetting. And the whole reset concept more is like keeping it fresh. What do we do? Good question, my brother. Well, one of many things that we do. If you were listening, I think it was late last season, right after we had baby boy, we talked about what we were looking forward to postpartum. By we, I mean me. My nigga, I stay. Me and my lady said one of the things we're gonna do in celebration of that whole thing, when the doctor cleared her for coitus. That's today's word of the day. If you don't know what that means, go look it up.
are you talking about?
Coitus is a
How do you
word-
spell it?
Oh shit, I'm a terrible speller, but I know all the words. Coitus is a word that means fornication. It means to engage with one sexually. When the doctor cleared her for such activity, pretty much yes. I think it was actually her idea. Hold on, I think it was hers. She said we're gonna go to one of them stores. Smoke /sex shops. And we're gonna pick out a few things. We'll bring them home.
Y'all are so traditional.
Oh, love it.
I mean,
I'll make you horny.
it was
Love
like,
it.
just
Hey,
freaking
you ever heard of a sex shop? Let's talk about
She knew the one she wanted to go to and everything. I was like,
I'm
telling you,
I see why you married him. I guess.
so we go there and we pick out some things, and
razzle dazzle.
we've since used all but one of them.
As Bradley pours wine.
And that was cool, but that's but one. Okay, so that was one thing. I just had to share that because that's like ending. Did we do it? I left y'all cliffhanger. Yeah, we went to the sex shop and we used everything, but one thing.
we-
But
Damn,
one
you
thing-
used everything.
That's one thing.
You put them balls in your booty hole and she pulled them things out.
We didn't get the
One by
ball.
one?
We got something else, but I'm not gonna say because
I said in your. Did you?
No, put it all out.
One day
Go
your
ahead.
kid is gonna hear this podcast.
I made a promise to
And
my
you-
lady. I can tell everything.
And his children are going to be sexual beings the same way that he used to be one too.
Even bro,
I'm certain
you are comfortable.
my children gonna be freaky. I know it. It's
Bro, even
impossible
if
not
you
to.
are, even if they are,
My
right?
parents are
Like
freaky.
you still don't want to hear that shit. I'm a pretty.
I don't want to hear about my parents.
That's a
but
whole
like,
conversation, 'cause
I feel
I
like
talk-
if I had kids, like
I talk-
they're like an extension
Oh,
of me.
yeah, I'm
Literally
happy
put
to
my
know.
dick in something.
What the
fuck?
I talk
Like,
about
so-
sex currently and past tense with my mother and father's
Man.
plural.
You're a lucky guy, man. Yeah, you
said
got
you had-
one of those.
What did
You
you
grew up
say?
in one of those open communications.
He said he
households.
talks
That's
about-
beautiful.
I won't talk over nobody. My
He's
first
living
box
his
of
best life.
condoms came from my parents.
Okay, I
Oh.
thought you
My
said
mother-
amazing. Yeah.
I talk about sex with my mother. My mother has told me information I didn't want to know about. You know what I'm saying? Things I didn't want to know.
I had to give your
How
pappy some
often and how much? You know what I'm saying? Not that. Not she know when the line dropped. But like I want to know. If,
I was wet as
This the shit.
slip and slide at an oil factory.
This the shit.
nah, that ain't cool.
Boy, if you don't get
Never that. Boy, probably would have some domestic.
shit open as a.
Nobody used to have my legs all the way up. And
See, I could take something like that, but I couldn't take no wet shit. I couldn't take no modern
Okay,
word.
now she's doing that. That's child abuse, my nigga.
I couldn't hear no modern words.
Disgusting.
but-
No, my mother would never.
A little traumatic.
But we talked about sex conceptually, like I knew what it was. It wasn't like a weird thing.
That's
My-
crazy.
But it's funny because my wife, like her people, they didn't even say the S word or like
Yeah.
The S
booby.
word.
Like it was booby. I'm not even joking, bro. But that's the beauty in like our whole. But anyway, we've done that, and then in terms of keeping it fresh, this was some cool shit that we did kind of recently. I'm talking about. I ain't gonna get too much detail, so don't ask me. But and I think this was Jen's idea. She
all right, share the room, nigga. Let's go.
Look, she been coming with it. We got this little. So y'all watch Wheel of Fortune?
Not anymore.
Nah,
Oh,
really?
so it's like a
No.
wheel
That's-
of
So you can go on
sex
Amazon and
acts.
buy one of them right now.
Yeah.
And then they have whiteboard, like little each piece is a whiteboard thing you can slide out and you can
God.
write shit on it.
Oh,
Oh,
stop.
that's kind of wild.
All right, what we doing?
And then it land on something. Here's how we did it. We split the board. I wrote half. She wrote half.
Oh.
And this is all sexual activity?
Not necessarily. No.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I'm like,
I'll
y'all
give you one of the
y'all be
non-sexual
fucking
ones.
all the time.
No, I'll give you one of the non-sexual ones. I'm about to spill it again. I'll give you one of the
do the laundry.
Watch the kids all day. One of the non-sexual ones was we're gonna make eye contact for like 30 seconds or something, and just
that's
like
sweet.
and just
Oh, okay.
be like shit like that. Some of them were, some of them were like that, and then some of them were probably what you're imagining in your head.
Make eye contact with my dick for 30 seconds. See if you can.
Not eye contact,
Right.
Some other contact,
Right.
But we had a good mix. But think about it; it makes you be intentional about different things, and it's a way to keep it fresh. You know what I'm saying,
Steve,
That's
not to
something
put
we
you
do.
on the spot, but you and Risha, like,
You keep it fresh.
yeah.
Well, to go back to your
how
question,
long-
re-ask your question.
Yeah.
So, because he started talking
Oh, yeah,
about
the
keeping
refresh-
it fresh.
the
That
reset.
ain't it.
Yeah,
reset.
Do you believe in a reset? And do you find it important? If so, and if not, why not?
Yeah.
Do I believe in a reset? No.
Okay.
Why not?
Because I believe that it shouldn't be that tangible, right? It shouldn't be that concrete in a 6 to 8 weeks. Like I don't
Regimented
Like
type of
I'm
thing.
not a calendar person. Like I shouldn't be on a calendar. My relationship
that out
shouldn't
of
be
it.
on one.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no, no,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
Okay, so that's just my first.
Okay.
Thoughts about it, right? So that's the number one red flag for me with that
The
concept.
time. Yeah.
Okay.
The other concept is like
I agree.
I do actually. I'll take this. I'll say this. I do believe in being intentional, right? But that looks so many different ways. to so many different people. So I can't say, it being intentional is us going on dates or doing this X, Y, Z, because being intentional in my relationship may look completely different.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
what does it look like in your relationship?
Okay, so Risha's like really not used to people like actually doing acts of service, right?
Is that one of her love languages?
Like, it's like, well, is it one of your love languages? Like when somebody does something for you?
Hey, everybody
one thing I loved.
Go read the book and learn your opposite.
No, I know my love. We've done this before.
People
this was like
water that
5
shit
years
down so much that I'm scared to
Camera,
even
we've been
identify.
together for what 8,
works.
9 at this point. What is it?
It's been 9 years. Y'all been together as long
Like
as
about 9 years. Yeah. We've lived together for about 8 of them things, right?
Wow.
So, we pretty much know each other inside and out. But I would say, but I would say when I can only speak for myself, right? When I want to make her feel special, or I wanted to kind of let her know that this isn't just monotony, right?
Yeah.
Like we're not just going through the motions, whatever. I try to say it verbally, like just acknowledge you exist. Right, like you're an awesome person. Words of affirmations. I'll text that randomly, right? And I'll literally just make a day or something where I'm like, hey, we're gonna do something together, or like we're gonna appreciate each other today, or but
That's good. That's good. I like that.
Nah, just honestly, just talking, man. Like I tell Risha every day I love her and shit. Like I believe in if you do it every day, or like if you do it consistently, you don't really need the biggest grand gesture ever.
Yeah.
But one thing I have learned over the years is that, sometimes you don't really know what people find incredibly special, like, and it's just over time. And I realized, like, man, when I buy Risha a gift, like, she gets super happy, like, out of nowhere.
Jen's easy to please.
It's
buy
like
some bubble gum.
And I was like, damn, nobody ever. But then again, though, nobody.
You break up the monotonous, like, and let me throw that in there too, because reset doesn't necessarily mean that you have like a whole bunch of filth and stuff, whatever, or a lot of troubles and issues in situations that y'all haven't resolved or need to resolve and work out. But it can more so just be just like, oh man, we've been kind of like doing the same thing.
Stagnation a little bit.
Right. It's been real static.
Keeping it fresh.
Yeah, keeping it fresh.
So I would say,
but I like, so you're about keeping it fresh. You're about just acting with intent. And if you
consistently,
so you're from the standpoint of like,
so that you don't feel like stay ready, you don't gotta get ready, right?
I was literally about
that's my mentality on pretty much everything.
I love that,
Like,
because I'm not reading that shit either way of y'all's, but I do love what y'all have had to say.
If you just stay
I
consistent,
really do.
Brother.
I think that those are wonderful like techniques to keep your relationship fresh. Whether you want to do it freshly, wait for something to build up and then do a keep it fresh moment, or constantly keep things fresh with a thoughtful mind.
Or both.
But the way that I read this was like, hey, we're sick of each other.
Yeah, that's what
we don't know yet. Hold on.
Go ahead.
We're sick of each other. We don't know yet. We asked you as a counselor for an advice, and he said back, oh, well, if you wanted to have a regular cadence, JT, because you have to have everything scheduled, then I think what I would suggest is
are me and you in a relationship again?
What I would suggest, I'm just taking what I
always
observed
like
of you and
use
just,
each other.
That's what the therapist would say to y'all.
I was actually a therapist here in this moment, but if
Now you're
JT,
the husband,
since what I'm hearing from you is that everything has to be down to the minute, maybe 6 to 8. That's where the 6 to 8 came from. Right. And then he said, well, he gave you a good example, like
of what it
like
could
a
be.
computer needs to be reset, he was like, and these are some prime examples of how to
Therapy
redefine who you are without it feeling awkward to the other partner. And so that's how I'm reading it, and I actually agree with these things. Because I am a person who loses self almost intentionally at this point. That's why I'm a serial dater, because for me, I'm so bored with my goddamn self, because I would just find myself so interested, and then it's like, oh my god, I gotta find something.
You did say that.
Being with someone is interesting enough for me. Like that's the interest I'm looking for in my life, right?
Do you change based on who you date?
So then, no. So then what ends up happening, I lose sense of self. And then, like, the longer times that I've been, like, I haven't been in committed relationships because I just don't be committing. But like, they've been the length of relationships. And so And so actually my most recent one, we did take, I actually, without you saying that this was a thing, this is actually, I just tried this recently.
Shit.
So
Plot thickens, ladies and gentlemen.
Right?
Yeah,
Plot twist.
and
Shyamalan, M. Night Shyamalan.
and I don't know if he gave you a time for how long this should last.
I don't have a therapist, by the way. This was on a podcast, and I'm sharing the notes. Yeah.
So
Asking for a friend.
Hey, therapy is good for you. Okay, all right.
So I actually tried something like this, but there's a tragic flaw in that is that we hadn't completely. I won't give a whole spiel about the situation, but
Thank God.
right, because that could be a whole podcast.
Yeah, and we definitely
So-
have 5 minutes left.
Okay, cool. I'll wrap it up quickly. So, so I actually did format something because the person that I was talking to, he was like, you could tell he had a difficult time making decisions. So I was like, okay, well, you need a little structure. So let's structure it because I have some expectations of you. So I said, when would you feel most comfortable coming back together, right? And then we laid out some terms, and they look very similar to this, right?
That's
So
business transaction.
it is because I'm not about to sit up here and play. I respect for this long.
Relationships between corporate
because
We can get back in there if
someone expresses to me that there's unclarity in their life and with us, and I'm very clear, and every time I express my clarity, you give me unclarity about both you and us. And if I say, okay, well, cool, let's stop it then. And the answer back to me is no, I don't want to stop. Okay, well then how can we format it to where you get what you need right now and I get what I need?
I get that.
Then
I think managing expectations.
then it does end up coming out very robotic, but that's the only way that we both gonna get each other.
I got you.
You know, so we tried and it didn't work. But I do want to say it gives off like friends, like a friend you knew. It gives off like a friend you knew for a long time, like y'all been elementary school forever, right? And then like you don't know how to. It's like, do we still be friends? Or I would never do something like that.
But I still want to be friends with you. You still want to go to this movie on the
and
internet?
no.
But
It's all of me or none of me.
You know what I'm saying?
And I need to explain to you why it's none of me if I can't have all of you.
I kind of respect that a little bit.
But I do foresee in a committed relationship this again, I agree with this concept because I do foresee in a committed relationship myself losing myself in that time. So the examples here were like drive separate cars, right? For me in a committed relationship, I would get sick of having to have your ass next to me the whole time because one of my special places is being alone in the car. Or like these are very like specific examples of things that I would need a break to go do for myself.
Bradley, do you think that knowing that you could lose yourself in a relationship, do you think that you should even pursue those type of serious?
I wrote down a note earlier.
That could be a positive.
Hold on.
I think a possible thing.
So
right?
for one, I do want to be with someone. So that trumps all that.
So
like that trumps that question to begin with. I want to be with someone.
Does that trump you?
And I have a difficult time making compromises about what my life looks like as a solo human being. So yes, you're right. I do go back and forth about whether a committed relationship makes sense for me based on how much I love myself. Okay. I think that most of that is a product of how long I've been single and the choices that I made to be consciously single. When people encourage you to be single when you've been trying to date and have been unsuccessful, and I'm very careful about that too. Like people are like, oh, just be alone for a while, maybe you'll get it. You know, I'm like, no, I get myself a lot. I want to be with someone. Yeah. Something isn't working. I'm going to keep trying until it works.
It's not with the people that get themselves.
Right.
Get themselves.
Right. Tell that to those folks. Right. So, but I will say that if I wrote down a note because this does not work for people who have different types of commitments to each other. So like if you're someone like, let's say Shan Booty or something, right? Who they, I'd have to explain them. We have a minute and 41 seconds left. I just want to leave it there because I think I made a few good points. No.
We can extend a little bit. We can extend. Christian, can you hit the...
Shan Booty is a sex... she's educated in sex
you just hit
with an associate's.
Okay.
But she
Like
has
girl with the
she
pink
has she has lived a lot of life though.
She's been arrested by the FDA.
I can tell that she's intelligent.
J. Edgar Hoover is rolling over in his grave right
She
now.
cares about. I can tell she's very intelligent. She cares about sounding right a lot. But
worse than
other than that,
crack.
I've learned a lot from her.
In the black community.
But,
Arrest her immediately.
but she
calls herself
talks.
Chef.
She does. She has a podcast too. I should send this shit to her because she talks about she's in a relationship right now that she's been in for a long time where it's like I think they classify it as an open relationship. Maybe not now though because they decided to have a child. I don't think they're married. Are they married? I don't think they're married. I don't think they believe in marriage.
talking about it.
But it's a light skinned girl from Canada, and her good looking baby daddy now it's a baby daddy situation.
He's my Drake.
But like they're like when we think about open relationships and like from someone who has just heard the term and we look at like they'd be like open relationship. I mean you can fuck whoever like they were very good about the terms of their relationship. Put it like that, and it was non-committed.
To make.
And then when they had hiccups or not hiccups when they had points where there was not clarity, clarity in the relationship, they did a good job at explaining how they came to an agreement about how they should be with each other. One of the main things she said that I was like, I can understand anything. She was like, if one day he woke up and decided that I'm just not the person that he needs to be with, cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, at the time, I was like, that would break my heart. Because I'm a person who wants to be wanted for the rest of my life by the same person.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
But that was the first time I ever heard somebody be like, oh, that makes sense because people can make choices. Like, and it doesn't mean they hate the person.
I don't think that was to be taken as literal as what it is. I mean, like, I just think that
I just want you
in
to be
her
happy.
realm,
She
cares about that individual's
I
happiness.
care about your happiness way more than I care about.
And if that means that you got to leave me, then so be it. But
at least I can say you be happy.
Well, the way that it was presented was more so like
a lot of maturity.
Like it could be presented in that way, and she would be okay with it.
damn, you sound complicated to date, Bradley. Based off
No,
all
she's
this
complicated.
stuff.
Personally, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
But
I want to add this real quick, and it's just kind of it acknowledges a couple of things I've heard y'all say to kind of package those things up. One thing I think is really important.
I haven't said shit
that
yet.
y'all have said.
oh yeah, you didn't even get your point.
Is
out.
the importance to, and it's not even just a romantic thing. This is friendships with any kind of relationship, be it professional, romantic, and otherwise. Managing and stating expectations. Let people know what you want from them, what you expect, what you need. G.
Real shit.
Like that's so important because even hearing you, hearing me, hearing you have to state at the. If you don't tell your lady that you need to, I like to eat 2 times a day at least, home cooked meals. I like to have sex at least 3 times a week out of a 5-day work week or whatever it is. Manage your expectations because how can you expect someone to meet your needs and be a good partner if you
not
don't even
communicating
know
that.
what they need, what
Bingo.
you need?
Like, hey man, this is what
know
makes
what
me
I'm saying?
happy. Like,
This was the first. So I said that I tried
It
this.
is what it is.
I said that I tried this. This was the first situationship that I went into it consciously managing expectations, and that's where we ended up landing with something like this. Like it ended up snowballing into the fact that cool, we're so good at being honest with each other. Okay, so what led us to this moment? All right, we're honest about the fact that we want each other. Okay, so what can we do in the meantime till we figure out how we're supposed to work? Yeah. And was like, okay, well,
How long were y'all like that? Hold on. How long were y'all together?
This is someone that y'all might have met before. So
I know who
from
exactly this is.
It doesn't matter who.
I was trying to give you all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, I know who this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So, how long were y'all together?
Approximately.
I'm for the audience.
Yes.
We weren't together. That's why I said that this is strange.
It sounded like y'all were skipping
He
steps,
said
though.
situationship. Oh.
Because like the point that what it sounds like to me
steps?
is
Are there
like
steps?
well from at least from Bradley's
I like
hold on.
I like this.
Hear me out.
Yeah,
So from Bradley's
Don't use
standpoint,
us.
everything that he delivered and
Maybe.
and said from his standpoint of the relationship made it seem like all right. because he hops from relationship to relationship, not from like a whole standpoint, but more so
know.
like
Even if he
I
was.
take I
love nonetheless.
Like I don't have to wait. I don't need breaks in between relationships, which I completely understand. Like I was the same way, actually, in a sense.
All my partners was hoes.
Because I know what I want and I know what I need.
Yeah.
And I don't need like the time. Like
Damn,
it was a good, it was a clean breakup, or it was a breakup that wasn't enjoyable. But I'm ready to take those satchels of no like knowledge nodes and bring it with me to the next relationship because I know exactly what I want and I hope that they're prepared. But that's the point that I'm trying to get at. I feel like that Bradley may have stepped into that relationship already like fully equipped, and then the other partner like he was just like he's not necessarily a leader. He's like a
was it that purposeful?
So
for you earlier? I said in
it-
a relationship that you're like
and I know
pursuing,
that
or
like so like I know there may be more context to the relationship, Bradley. I don't want to like just
I'm with
speak
you.
directly, and just conduct a complete overview that may be misconstrued, but like it just sound like the reason why I asked how long y'all were together was because if it was only 2 months,
It wasn't, baby.
the time so if it was
and
over
actually,
6
and
months,
as a matter of fact, when it started, probably about a month in, 3 weeks in, we made a similar type of arrangement about, and I feel stupid for this one in the beginning. Like, especially in retrospect, we made it. He was very adamant about the fact that we should be exclusively like. I hate the word talking. It feels like I'm fucking 12.
Yeah,
we should be exclusive. Like you should only be talking to me. I was like, and then I was like, well, we could. That's possible.
See,
if I
yeah.
could, because I feel
talking already.
Because I was like, I feel a particular way about you. Give me a
I see
second to
what's
see.
going on.
And I was very I was very communicative about it. I was like, give me some actual time to check and see if we can talk exclusively. And I said I would expect the same from you. And he was like, "Oh, I'm ready." I said, "Okay, cool." He went away for a little while, and I figured it out, and I felt bad about the way that I cut it off with other people too. But we did that,
back,
and then we continued on, and also in the continue on conversation, it was joking, but you could tell the nigga was serious. He was like, if a nigga don't want to be with me exclusively at 4 months, what the fuck is we doing? I was like, and I pushed back.
That's super.
I was like, first of all, you giving the exact number.
What?
Okay. I was like, it could be tomorrow if you wanted it
he
to.
read
You
that
know,
off
like
Instagram.
you don't even know.
He got that
you
off TikTok.
I was like, that's wild. You know, again, he was joking. He was joking, but I could tell what he meant by that. But also, I pushed back in that
He not
moment
wasting
too.
time is what he's saying.
But no,
but goal.
Not even wasting time. It was like
that?
what are we doing? In a sense, it kind of made sense in the general scope of like humans or whatever. But I'm like, it could also be sooner than that. You don't even know.
Exactly.
We're going to be our own people. And I made a really good. I feel like I got some leeway on him being free in thought about who we are and creating what we want to do. In that moment when I challenged him back about that, he was like, I was like, it could be tomorrow. It could be 9 months instead of 4 months. He was like, oh wow, yeah, we're going to do whatever fuck we want to. So it set the stage for us to be able to make our own, to manage our expectations as we moved along. So that's why this made sense 5 months in.
Yeah.
And the reason why you brought up girl in her show, when she had talked about like
That makes sense.
expressing and communicating it at the front, like setting those expectations, like Dino said, and on top of that, just making sure like they let your person know like who they're dealing with and where you're coming from, and then like just putting definitions and making clear definitions to your phrases that you're like, what are we like? Are we together?
It's like I believe.
How do you
in
define
I believe
together?
in just
That's
if
tough.
I told you, if I'm telling you, because people are the actions, right?
Yeah.
We're talking for 4 months, right? And I'm consistent with your movements every day. Why do we need to have a
I have a
conversation?
question for you. I have a
Because I've
question for
told
you.
you, like, okay, I'm
This is-
starting to feel you more.
Wow.
Even when me and Reese was dating, right? Like,
Yeah.
I had that conversation with you. Like, I want to be exclusive.
We've had an
But
episode about
the thing
the
was
definitions.
though we were in constant communication, and I was showing you that I'm pursuing you a little bit more. I like you a little bit more. Like, all right. So even when we had that conversation, it was already like a, oh, this is inevitable.
You were living it
type of thing,
already.
right? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't think I needed to have that conversation,
Facts.
but I wasn't even. I was thinking about her like maybe she's one of those people that need
needs
to let
this.
that
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know
Back
what I'm saying?
in
So-
season 1, we started a series called The Relationship Theory, and And that very first episode for that series was all about defining terms, right?
Yeah.
In a relationship. Like what does it mean to be talking to somebody?
What are we?
What are we? Right.
And define it.
It's
I'm
like
glad
the
I wasn't on the
basic
show.
social
We're not
media.
gonna go back and unpack that particular episode. Go
so
back
cool.
and listen
I do have
to
a
Relationship Theory Part 1. But
Please do.
yeah. But before we get to your question, but yeah, it's all about establishing and communicating exactly, like, just letting that individual know, or letting your significant other, your partner,
I rock with you,
your spouse, like, I rock with you, but exclusivity, this is what I mean by that, and this is what it means to me.
Yeah.
And so exclusivity means that when I call you my girl and my girlfriend or my boyfriend or like my partner, that means that your ass belong to me.
Okay, so that's not what it means.
We're not necessarily
Actually,
belong to
not
me.
even close.
Not like in a
Jesus
sense
Christ.
where like I own you, but it's just like we're exclusive. Like I'm only talking to you. I'm not giving my time to anybody else.
Exclusivity can be defined in so many different ways. Though, right?
Exactly. And that's why you have to define it.
Some women don't. Yeah. So I would say
I was just giving that as an
nowadays-
example.
So I actually agree with you, right? I would say that nowadays it is more important to define like aspects of your relationship because of social media and
Steve, you just said.
No. Hold on.
We gotta get to Dino's question. We gotta get to Dino's question.
But Stevie just said that when you're concrete about defining.
I can't wait for this.
That's exactly what.
No, it's not.
That's what I was describing. Was that type of
people are the
order.
So, Bradley, when I say people are the actions, right? I mean that part of those actions is valuable, meaningful conversations consistently.
Yeah.
So I don't have to say, like, remember when we were driving home, we talked about how do we feel about monogamy and, like, relationships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was just a regular conversation. Like, it was just an organic thing that we kind of been hinting at a little bit.
Some people do not have the capability.
Exactly. So that's my thing, right? I think
that don't mean that I don't want to be with them.
Before y'all go into the tangent, but hold on. Before
y'all perfect. No, see, that's the thing. No, that's not the case.
Yeah, some people aren't that great of communicators, Steve.
Actually,
I mean,
hold on.
Some people are incapable of
each
that.
other and getting to know
No,
each
that's
other
what I'm saying.
through
Some people don't.
versus-
Some people have the desire to get to that point.
Yeah.
And sometimes I have to. I'm not saying I have to lead somebody that way,
Yeah.
but if you know that if you both have the same end goal of being together, and I know that the smartest way is to go about that organically. Unfortunately,
So you mess with people that's not emotionally intelligent.
Sometimes people can manage. Sometimes people can manage expectations. Because they, naturally in a good way, but that doesn't mean they don't. If they can't, that they don't want to.
No, that's not. But it's not your job to lead them there either.
I didn't. That's why I stopped myself when I said that.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't say it was my job.
It's not your job to wait.
In the effort to get to my end goal.
That's kind
Of being together, and I know that that's a good path to make. I mean, good steps to make to structure things. If that could work,
That's you doing a lot of work for somebody that's not.
But isn't it work?
Why would I want to work for something that we both want? It's not like I just want you.
Wouldn't you do that?
because
You just said like how you go out of your way to be intentful.
Yeah.
In your relationship. So like
It's a lot of work
so
for
that's
you, Steve. It's a lot of work for you.
Yeah.
No,
And then if the whole idea of this conversation was that what works for you works for y'all. I mean, what works for y'all works for y'all. Then I attempted something that I thought would work for us. Well, excuse me, we attempted something that we thought would work for us because I didn't have a conversation with myself.
Gotcha.
I didn't. If he would have said no to that, then I would have said no, like I said in the first place, which was you can't have none of me.
So can I ask you this?
Then we would have done that. If he wouldn't have agreed to that, then and it's not like I
wait, pause.
with fucking jumper cables.
Hold on. Before you ask your question, Dino had a question that he had to ask.
Go ahead.
I'll be honest, you've kind of answered the question in a way, so I'll use this to kind of.
And we got to put a bow on this because we're at an hour 46.
It's about time. This was good. This was good. Let me ask y'all this real quick because it's something that you both said, and in some ways you've answered this. So bear with me. You said earlier the importance of actions and how actions speak so much louder than words, and I agree with you 100%. I think it's so important, and it's also because cheat code. I know my lady's love language. I know what she needs from me.
Yeah.
I know how to show her that I love her. I know what she needs to see, hear, smell to know I'm here. I see you, I feel you, all that stuff. acts of service is my love language. Fuck act first. Well, I won't say fuck it because it's still beautiful. But words of affirmation is not what I need. She needs that. She needs to hear, baby, I love you. Baby, I see what you're doing. You're an amazing mother.
Yeah, that's an action though.
You've been putting your foot in this food lately. It's a word.
That's you intentionally.
But there's difference between acts of service and words of affirmation. Yeah, you're physically speaking
Doing
them
something,
in action form, but those words are what's resonating, not the actions. Because I can sit on my fat ass and not do a damn thing.
But still say. Yeah.
And just say this shit to you. Or I can get up off my skinny ass and do. Does that make sense? And not say anything. I was raised with family who didn't. So my grandparents didn't really say "I love you" like that to my people. It wasn't a normal thing. I say it every day to my daughter a million times a day. A million times a day. And in their generation, it wasn't necessary. Why? Perhaps because they showed that shit so much. They did so much for us, fam.
Each other.
I don't question. Listen, I don't even question if they love me.
Love speaks
differently
to different people.
I'm so physically affectionate to my kids. It's sick.
Love languages work the opposite direction too. By the way, if you do the actual thing, the way that you give love is also a style.
Yeah, that's a fact. You usually give what you want, and then we also balance out so well.
Yeah.
We balance out so well. But one thing to kind of cap that point is something you said earlier is like sometimes people just need to hear it, or sometimes the power is what you show. But what I was going to ask was, and you've kind of already answered, is like, what if showing it's not enough and the motherfucker just needs to hear it?
That's what I'm saying. That's what, like, intentionally saying I love you can be an action because you know that person needs it. Right? Like, I got to remember to give you these words of affirmations because I know it makes your day better. It makes your experience. That's what I'm saying. They're all just.
But what's ironic about you saying that is earlier, now you're contradicting.
Go ahead.
I'm only just saying this because I'm trying to be a little bit cynical with you.
Go ahead.
Earlier, you said you don't like to be calculated like that. But then you said, I have to remember that I have to tell you these things.
No, I didn't say I have to remember. No, I didn't say I have to remember.
You have to. You did. You literally just said that.
You have to know.
It's on camera.
I know. Go ahead. No.
You can try to clean it up. I know. I'm just.
No. You're good. I don't care. So I would say that.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you can. Yeah. All right. Let's wrap this up. Last words. And last
for my guests. In the
you can finish your idea and then add your final thoughts.
Oh, bet. That's just a good time. But no, I would say that as far as relationships go, yes. First you should get to know your partner from the jump,
tip to
tail,
right? Inside out,
and how you feel about them should be expressed through your actions, right? Now, it doesn't have to be just tangible as in I'm getting up and I'm doing this, but that could also mean having valuable conversations and things like Risa cooks and stuff like that and all this real wifey stuff, right?
Yeah.
But the reason I love her the most is because I get to talk to her every day. Yeah. Like, she's a great conversation all the time, right? Yeah. And I'll value that over if she never did any of the other stuff. I'd value that and I'll still want to do it.
For you,
right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's for me, it's your action, but it can look
different ways.
So many different ways, right? Depending on what your partner.
For being intentional with your action.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all
I need to hear it.
B-Rap-P?
I need to fucking hear it.
That's interesting.
But you do make an excellent point. The first sentence was awesome. You said you need to analyze your partner enough to know exactly what makes them feel loved. Yeah. That's all I want to end on. Yeah. Is that you should know your partner well enough to know exactly what makes them feel loved. And then what I'll add is that in the situation in which you do know what makes them feel loved, and then things don't be working out, then you might have to come up with a plan, and then if the plan don't work, then it's not going to work no more.
No, let me get in right there.
Sometimes it's okay to leave, ladies, America.
Let me get in right there.
I got to leave America.
Let me get in right there, and we'll let Tizzle wrap us up.
All right. Oh, I got to get my closing statements off.
The beautiful thing is...
I thought you were.
That wasn't your closing statement.
Oh, damn. My bad. I appreciate y'all. Definitely, though. Shout out to the Potnas podcast. Shout out to Jay.
No. We got time for that. That's what I'm trying to get to. Final thoughts on the conversation.
Oh, okay. My bad.
On this segment.
I just have to... So I agree with you 100%. 100%. Get to know your partner. Learn their love language. Go read the book. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a cheat code. G.
That's the name of it.
Once you learn... Yeah, there's 5 of them. Pop quiz. I ain't going to ask you. I know you like quizzes and shit. I know mine. She knows hers. and it helps so much. I will leave it there because I want to challenge this notion of once you know, and if it doesn't like naturally work, cut it off. False. Because I'm married. I've been married for some time.
You hear me?
And it's some shit she need from me. I don't enjoy doing that bullshit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't. I've had to learn how to be a better, and this is what I'll say. I wake up every day trying to be a better version of me than I was yesterday. I genuinely live that. And I fail daily, right? But I try every day to be better than I was yesterday. I try to be the best version of myself. If I failed yesterday and I may have said some shit I know I shouldn't have said, well, today I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make sure I respect your boundaries. I'm going to make sure I do this and da-da-da-da. And I'm also very intentional about being accountable. So all of that leads to a place of sometimes they're going to need some shit from you that you don't want to give them. They're going to need some words of affirmation. I'm tired of telling you that you cook.
But you got to force
My
it.
ladies use because her father did it to her mother. Every day he would thank her for cooking dinner. My mama, nigga... We didn't thank my mama for cooking because cooking was normal. Of course you don't cook.
Ain't no chicken left, goddamn.
All right.
So I would say this. Yes, it's important to be intentional. It's important to know your partner. But when you don't enjoy doing what your partner needs, find a way to get in there that feels comfortable to you.
Yeah.
Because it's not always going to be comfortable. It's not always going to be fun.
Because y'all got the same end goal.
Facts.
Find
Well,
a
you
partner
should.
that
Simply
you
to be
wanna-
together.
You should.
Right.
You should.
Do things.
And for our listeners, if you didn't do the research, you've been asking the burning question: what are the 5 love languages? Words of affirmation, physical touch, receiving gifts, quality time, and acts of service.
Yeah.
All right, and so
I need all of them.
Yeah.
goddamn.
I think everybody
Alright,
just
cool.
pick the ones they like. Go take the test for real.
yeah, it's like a personality test,
like
right,
gifts
for your
and money.
relationship. And then shoot.
What you got to say, JT?
Well,
Finish
I
up.
didn't even get to
wrap us up.
I didn't even
shorty.
get to chime in at all, but I didn't need to because my relationship's perfect.
This
So,
motherfucker right here.
whatever works for you, sister.
Hell yeah.
Right.
That
So,
was your therapy session.
no, I mean, it's not like I'm just glad that y'all had the opportunity to speak and get y'all shit off. Like,
Thank you.
because y'all needed that.
But
right?
now's your chance to speak, though.
Thank you for-
What
no,
are your-
actually,
No,
you
it's,
did a
no, we're
great
already an
facilitating
hour
job.
and 53. Huh?
You're fine.
Right,
Great
exactly,
facilitating job.
exactly.
Too much.
So no, like I don't. Y'all said it everything. So that's what needed to be said, and it was done. What was done? What? How does he say it?
I knew
What's
what you
done
were
is
looking
done.
for.
Is
No.
this from a
Nah.
movie? Because I wouldn't.
You did what needed to be done, or something like that.
I didn't know what you were trying to do.
From that show,
You gave what
Legendary,
needed to be
Mr.
gave?
Something
Yeah,
like that.
no,
Something
it's from.
Okay, what it needs
Well, I
to
just
be.
figured since you was Tevin
Yeah,
Campbell.
anyways,
You might
all right.
know that phrase.
with that said,
Here all week, ladies and
let's get
gentlemen.
into the toast. All right, so
We ain't got no liquor up
Oh,
in here. You
yeah,
ain't bring no
those
bottle up in here.
Alright.
This is crazy. This podcast is
For the
totally
fir- yeah, it's pretty
Courtney
dry
left,
podcast.
and
This is a
JT
dry-
has just given up on us.
This is a
because
drive.
it's
He don't pour no
BYOB.
shots no more.
It's BYOB.
I've been
Yeah.
being my own Y and B
I'll
the
take
whole
it.
time. But at least I have a shot.
There was a whole bottle of liquor that I provided too, and y'all didn't bring that motherfucker in here.
I
didn't know it was
I
BYOB.
brought some
I
wine.
definitely. I bring
Y'all
it all
want,
the
y'all want a
time.
shot of vodka?
Absolutely, nigga.
Extracurricular activities.
Risha,
pause.
can you, huh? Pause?
No, I'm just not literally. I'm just saying, let's pause for a moment. Let's grab that bottle.
Yeah,
No.
please.
We're not going to pause.
I don't mean pause.
Risha,
the
could
recording.
you please
I mean,
be
like,
so kind to grab the bottle?
Everyone take a break.
Yeah,
we're gonna
and
pause.
while she gone, I'm gonna cuss you out.
I bought some
Well,
marijuana.
playing.
We can keep going and talking in the
can,
meantime.
'cause we
So,
love
what are
you.
your thoughts?
Just to
Look, she's
recap.
back already. Look
Yes,
at that.
thank you so much.
Whew.
All right, so
We're gonna talk to JT for 35 seconds. No playing.
y'all pour up
My
y'all's
favorite.
own sins, and
There you
then
go. You pull your
I
own
will
sins.
just talk about
That's how you say it.
right. Pour y'all own sins.
Pour your own sins.
That's
I
from
got
Mississippi.
JT, is there anything new in the anime world that the girls should know?
Can I talk about sports?
Amazing
Can I
animes.
talk about sports?
I see you rocking his.
You can't talk about
Damn,
sports.
I almost said
Steve.
bullshit ass hat, but it's not a bullshit ass hat.
I'm gonna talk to you about putting the brand out in public and shit.
Hey, hold
They
on, bro.
pay you
Hold on,
all
bro.
that?
Hold on, bro. Everybody relax. Everybody
Shout out
relax.
to
You told me that like 2 hours ago.
Tequila with Friends.
Yeah,
I
okay.
forgot.
man.
He said you told me that.
I forgot.
All right, so yeah, new
wanna do
animes
this?
in response to Bradley's question that has nothing to do with this episode.
I mean, it was to kill time while we poured the shots, and now the shots are poured, so you might as well just say
love
fuck
you,
it.
bro.
You know?
Neil Johnson 61.
It don't have nothing to do with this episode. We'll have a separate episode.
I
just
haven't
some nerd
watched
shit for
any
you.
new anime that has recently came out, but I will make a recommendation of an anime called Fire Force. All right, check that one out. That is an instant classic,
favorite thing is the
and it
sound
literally
design.
became like my top 3 of all time.
Oh damn!
Like, and it was completely unexpected too. Fire Force, it sounds exactly like what it sounds like. Like a team of firefighters, and they, like, man, just the intriguing concept that they utilize and twisted and switch it up by incorporating firefighters and police officers and like and nuns.
I ain't gonna lie, it sounds really
It sounds really bizarre and whack, but I promise you, it is the most unique twist on it. And
No,
I think it's the way that I'm like kind of summarizing it.
The New York Giants are 6-1, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
First in the division.
Also-
gang in this bitch.
Also, I was
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We living in Black Mirror right now.
I was most turned off by the
Texans are
Power Rangers season
terrible.
that they incorporated the armed force, not armed forces, the police force into it. Yeah, it was called
That was
SPD. It was
way-
really sad.
Oh,
What was your favorite? So bad.
What was your favorite Power Ranger era?
We're not going there. We're not going there. All right.
Because I can go for 4 hours.
All right.
In space, nigga.
All right, so this is the Halloween episode. We got all our Halloween shit off at the beginning, and then we talked about relationships, and we didn't talk about Kanye for once, and and then we also,
Thankfully.
finally made it to the end of the episode. This episode was a little bit longer for your listening and viewing pleasure.
baby.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. No. Don't apologize. The listeners that like the longer episodes, they're gonna really appreciate this. So cheers to y'all. Cheers and toast to everybody that are in those relationships. Conduct those resets if it fits your personality, fits your relationships.
Keep it fresh.
Make sure that you express and define all your terms of the relationship at the very beginning. Yeah, throw a grenade in that bitch, right?
Grenading that motherfucker.
He's got a gun.
Shout out to our special guest Steve and Risha. Thank you so much for coming on to the
Shout out.
show.
I appreciate y'all,
Yeah,
boys.
and then cheers to y'all. All right.
Gang in this behind.
Love all you little coons.
There we
You
go.
colored.
Every piece of my cotton picking
Goddamn
watermelon eating heart.
nerd. You goddamn Lenny
Cut it
liver.
out. Cut it out. Cut it out.
That's how they be in Mississippi.
Nah.
What the hell you going, boy?
Actually, yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Up to
You're now tuning into the sounds of the Partners
that is
Podcast.
all that we have for today's episode. Thank y'all for joining us on this Halloween special. We hope that you all are having a good time out there, being safe, and making sure that you're actually surveilling all the candy that you're getting for your kids and for yourself. All right, so let's begin with @names. Follow the Potnas on all social media platforms, starting with Dino.
Man, you can find your boy at The Dictionary. That's THE_DIXONARY.
All right, Bradley.
CK. You can find
See,
me
that's where you
Bradley,
fuck up.
at Coolin and Poolin. That's COOLINANDPOOLIN on all platforms.
All right, and you can find me at I Know JT. That's my new tag name on all platforms. Oh yeah,
man.
you think you know me?
You can
All
go
right,
ahead and
Steve.
find your boy Steve Conscious Clarke at Conscious Clarke. That's IG. Holla at me.
Yeah,
if you
is-
don't know
is
how
that-
to spell conscious,
Google it, nigga.
neither do I.
What about Clark? Is it Clark with an E or
Clarke with an E? Okay, we do that all legals right
If
now.
you want to do it, I will real quick. Also, go follow Clark's Canvas.
I was just gonna say that.
I do paint a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I said that at the beginning.
So it's Tevin Campbell.
And then shout out to Risha for joining us. Thank you for being a wonderful hostess and chiming in mentally with your thoughts. Because facial expressions are everything, right?
Loved it.
All right. Follow Partners on all social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Let's get some applause going on in the background because I love background noise. And follow us at Potnas Podcast. That's POTNAS Podcast for all of our latest content. And then visit our website, potnaspodcast.com,
nigga.
to stream all of our previous episodes.
.com, nigga.
Man.
Damn, we good?
That's so bad. We love y'all, baby. We love
Yeah,
y'all.
leave us a 5-star review if you enjoyed this episode. All right, we love y'all. We back
Tip your
out.
bartenders. All right, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Peace.
Peace.